Hello, World Wide Web. I'm Dr. Shadow, here, and welcome to Live and Wired episode 92. The show must go on.
What-oh?
As usual, I am Dr. Shadow. This is Cash, and this is that long-haired creepy guy, and I have moved into an even nicer place, but I have to fix it real quick.
This too is not usual.
Decker, there's a little bit of your house. There you go.
Still a little bit of your house.
It's fine. It's fine. See, camera adjustments.
There we go.
I'm waiting for him to sooner or later live in a fancy house when everything's just floating. Everything just hovers, and Rosie the robot just comes back from behind vacuuming.
Michael Sean Bermudez is asking, "Hey, creepy, what happened to your channel?"
It's on
I'm
Vimeo.
going to be answering this question until the end of time, aren't I?
Most likely. So,
Yes.
My channel was deleted. YouTube deleted my channel again, so I've moved over to Vimeo.
the link is in the description. I did update that. Yay.
Yay!
And I have a cat who, now that I am in the show, is raising her voice and meowing her head off.
I'm not there. I'm just getting my yarn like a good human. I forgot to grab it before we started. Everyone, yarn. Yes, still knitting it, and now working on a new project once I talk to someone.
Andres Mosquedas also says, hashtag Meth Gators.
We're going to have to, I've said, I'm spinning, circling, breathing now. And I've said
okay, everyone's dying. Great.
Decker, I've had this chronic cough since I was 5.
We're going to have to get, we're going to have to get, what is it? GoFundMe, Indiegogo.
Now, you see, I've got it all figured out. My plan on funding the Meth Gators movie project is to invest heavily in...
We're going to have to get all of those for Meth Gator started.
No Indiegogo, no Kickstarter, none of that crowdfunding stuff. I'm going to invest heavily in Dogecoin.
Like hell you are! As your financial advisor, no.
It has already given me this wonderful house. This wonderful, amazing
That's a no.
No.
House.
No. I don't care. No. You can sell your kidney before you use Dogecoin as a way to fund our thing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Also, apparently...
What if I sell my kidney and buy Dogecoin with it?
No! God, I look so weird with makeup on.
How much Dogecoin is a kidney worth?
How much is a kidney worth on the black market? Decker, don't Google that. The FBI agents don't need to know. How's the Meth Gators going? We still need to reread the first draft of the skit. The
script.
Thank you.
Is that a Hobbit door on the left?
No.
It's a little
it's a Vault-Tec vault door.
Pretty much. You got the little androids set up there. She don't got no legs. She don't need them. It's fine. Don't ask what I do with the naked female androids in the back next to my bed.
They're not blue, so I don't have to worry.
Yeah, I didn't think this background through.
No, you didn't. Anyway, we have donations, Decker. We have a $2 donation from 1237844 games. Hello from Japan, Decker. Invest in the coin, Decker. And Andres Martinez donated $2, going, what's your guys' opinion on the new Mortal Kombat? I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen a lot of people's opinions on it, so I have an idea of certain aspects of it.
A certain person that I am close to is basically trying to say, hey, we should watch the Mortal Kombat movie because you love Mortal Kombat so much, so I can see your rage.
Now, who here cares about spoilers that they might hate in the first 5 seconds of walking into the movie?
Johnny Cage dies within the first 5 seconds.
That's Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
He could do it again. It could be an homage.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. But effectively, the big thing is what I hear from a lot of people is like, it's a good movie, it's a fun movie, it has lots of Mortal Kombat fan service in it.
I like fan service.
But For some inexplicable reason, with the whole wealth of lore and characters and politics in the Earth realm and Outworld and all that shit going on in the Mortal Kombat universe, they felt the need to just make a random new guy to effectively be the audience's guy.
Nani? The fuck?
Yeah.
I swear, I've been saying that phrase way more. Oh crap, my lips are pale as heck. I'm not investing in lipstick.
Would Decker go on EFAP? I don't think that I know EFAP every frame of pause. They're used to spending hours and hours talking about a movie, but I don't think they'd appreciate it when I say, hey, pause here because I got to take Lou for a walk for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Lou.
No.
Speak of the devil.
Lou.
You mentioned it, therefore it's happening.
Come on, Lou. Lou, hey, Lou. This way. What's bothering you?
Everyone is shocked that this is happening.
Lou.
None of us are shocked. We're used to it. Heck, I had to get used to it when I was streaming.
It's not there.
1, 2, 3, 7, 8,
Oh,
4,
it's
4,
Tara.
4 games.
Oh.
$2 and said, I love all the false rumors of the Mortal Kombat movie.
What false rumors?
Tara? Jeez. Oh, cat.
Yes? Oh, not me.
Okay, this is what's bothering Lou.
Kitty! Kitty! Hi, Lou. Hi, I pet you. Wait, you're not Lou. Hi, Tara. Listen, there are a lot of animal names in my head, and I can't freaking figure out whose is whose.
Why they try to make Mortal Kombat if in real world? I mean, technically, Earthrealm is supposed to be.
It's Earth.
Yeah.
It's here. It's here. That is Earthrealm. Earthrealm is. That's normal. Oh, we got a $5 donation from New Doc Prime. Sorry, found £5. Sorry. Hey guys, hope you're all well. Cube would be a good series too. The first is cheap but great, but for some reasons we don't speak of the sequels of Cube.
Cat going and climbing up the green screen. God, which cat?
I don't. Okay. See, this is why I invested in the makeup, and I'm wearing a kitty shirt. I just. Oh, look, Cthulhu's in the background. Look. Cthulhu's butt is in the background.
Yeah.
Cthulhu's in the corner. He knows what he did.
Cthulhu is mooning the camera again.
Yeah, this has been it's been a nice time for me on the channel. I've actually been getting work done again. Have you noticed?
We're proud of you, Decker.
The March of the Clowns is over. I did it.
Now we can do that crossover we were supposed to do months and months
ago.
I have other things lined up.
No, you don't.
Yes, he
I
does.
do.
No, you don't.
I watched the movie. It's Saturday right now. I got to get the next one out by Wednesday. I got to.
See, this is why I work on weekdays and then weekends are happy.
And I'm also now in the middle of trying to learn Adobe After Effects and Premiere Pro and Final Cut.
Hi, Decker. That was what I went to tech school for.
Yeah, well, I just got the thing, and they're like, hey, you got a week to try it out, and if you don't cancel your subscription by then, it's $600 a year.
Yeah, that's why I stopped using... Well, I do use Adobe products, but yar har fiddly bee.
My whole thing is my green screen, which allows me to film in a smaller area with less echo that normally looks like a terrible place to film, but if you have the green screen, it doesn't, and you can do all kinds of new creative things. Power Director doesn't care for the green screen. It technically has a chroma key effect, but it's not very good, as you can see.
Wow, okay, that's an interesting comment. Fuck generic shooters.
Did I ever listen to Leonard Skinner?
I was about to say, Decker, you don't look like a guy who... I mean, you look like a guy who listens...
I don't know.
I'm like, you don't... No offense, Decker. While you do look like a guy who could listen to Skinner, you look like a guy who listens to Metallica more. Well, metal in general. Rock. You just headbang in anger and frustration.
But okay, that got my train of thought just completely derailed.
Power Director doesn't have a good chroma key, and that's why you were trying out Adobe.
Power Director does not really have a good chroma key. I've been using it for the last 10 years, and I think I've gotten pretty good with Power Director. I think.
No, Decker, everyone who says that thinks they're good at it, but sooner or later it updates.
Oh, yeah.
That was for the...
Yeah, and then they completely change how things work here and there. But with the damn chroma key just does not work. It does not work right. It's like I technically key things out, but then it's just this big glitchy mess around the edges that it shouldn't be. Yeah. I mean, here, this is OBS. This is free software, and this chroma key works fine. It works better than Power Directors.
I would make a joke saying, why don't you just record your U segments via OBS?
I mean, yeah, there is a little bit of glitchiness around the edge there. You see just a bit of noise. I could change it, mess with the settings a bit to try and alleviate that, but this is just default settings, and it works well enough. But it doesn't look nearly as bad as Power Director.
Yeah. Also, I do love this one comment. Jay Furston said, I miss the yellow wall behind the couch, Decker. It just seems so much like, remember when people complained about Nostalgia Critic's wall changing? It's just like, you're finally Nostalgia Critic levels, Decker. People are complaining about your walls.
And whenever anything would change, I know there would be a certain segment of people who would just be like, oh, no change, back to how it was. That's where I'm comfortable. Don't do anything new. And in order to progress, I gotta keep doing something.
In the great words of me, things need to grow, things need to evolve, things need to change. If they don't and stay put, they will die and wither away.
I mean, I might not need a green screen, but I did need to get the echo down desperately. And that's the main thing the green screen has done for me.
1237844 games donated $5 going. Nick Cage isn't in the movie. The MC is just the same guy. If it does change something, but not super important, Twitter is trying to get people not to watch. So it's kind of like Johnny Cage, but not Johnny Cage. Anyway, and the Great Eternal Entertainment donated $5 going. Better Light could fix that, but then he wouldn't beat Decker Shadow.
I did get like in the triple review, I did have like 2 big ring lights set up. I could... Lou, don't bork at my cat.
Bork.
Lou, you little borker. Hush.
I know he's saying bork, but I thought he said pork. I'm like, when did Lou become a cute, delicious pig?
She just hear borking. Like, bork.
She just wants to give her opinion about your wall.
Yes, Julia Goldwyn. Bork.
Bork. We got a couple of questions asking if you're going to review Rambo Les Blood.
I do intend to.
People saying that this Cage guy is just Johnny Cage from Wish.
The triple review, I did have a couple ring lights set up. I might be able to move them around a bit and improve things a little. But I had much, much better lighting. I had the best lighting I have ever had in any episode I've ever done.
Sorry.
And I still had a very harsh, glitchy halo of green around me the whole time.
I don't know what Cat is so amused by. I like milk.
No, I was like, chug.
I would have kept doing it, but I was out.
This? Oh, yeah, this is what I have accomplished thanks to Dogecoin.
Dogecoin is up just 65 cents.
Yeah, I think it went down today.
Because of the noise. Someone said we should hire Nicolas Cage. He'll do anything for Meth Gator. I'm like, Nick Cage is out of our budget.
Yeah.
Although
Doge had got to like 72 cents. Now it's down to 65. Everything's red.
There's also the fact that, we could hire Nicolas Cage, but we can do better.
No, Nicolas Cage is great. Willy's Wonderland is a great movie of latest Nicolas Cage goodness. So is Color Out of Space, which is the perfect movie for him. I can't believe it.
Well, it should all get on in the summer. That's things that people have been requesting a lot.
You noticed? Again, being asked if you're going to look at Willy's Wonderland, which is slowly starting to sound like a sex maneuver.
It is.
Willy's Wonderland sounds like some weird sex porn movie of Willy Wonka.
As opposed to the non-sex porn movie.
Yes! Food porn.
Oh. You got the food porn, the sex porn,
the
architecture porn.
Furniture porn. Art
Isn't that
porn.
like feet?
No, furniture porn is like looking at really good like couches. Or if you're a dumb child at 13 years old in the early 2000s like I was, furniture porn was 2 couches on top of each other. Like, you'd have a couch here, a couch there.
It's okay. It's okay. I know you want a couch, but it's all right. Lou, enough with the Bork in it. You're picking the microphone. So I'm gonna have to mute us.
Also, real quick, Ethan Fernandez. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing this. Fernandez. Said, Decker Shadow, you almost remind me on Channel Awesome. I mean, the passive aggression, sarcasm. I had a second here. Hold on.
Sarcasm and so on.
Yeah. It all of a sudden it jumped up for me and I completely lost my place.
That was because someone asked me if I've seen why does everyone think I've seen the trailer to The Quiet? I have a job, people. I mean, it's a job at home, but when do I have time to watch commercials?
Lou, enough whining. It's okay.
Also, it's The Quiet Place. Wait, which was The Quiet Place again? A lot of horrors blending for me nowadays.
Lou, it's okay. You stop whacking the beautiful house with your tail. Lou, come on.
She doesn't approve of the sex droids, Decker, or the plants.
Oh, my doggy butt.
We have a Lou, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, if Decker keeps showing off his pets, we're going to have to go get ours creepy.
It's okay. It's okay. Tara's still there.
Has flown the coop, apparently. Although this means I'm not listening to her paw at me, so plus upside. Jason says, Creepy, have you seen Love, Death, and Robots? About to jump in, just curious. No, I am.
I think it's really good. It's very interesting. Decker, will you review King of the Monsters, hopefully with Creepy? I still like my idea what you should do, Decker, if you ever do the whole review of King of the Monsters.
Actually work on the script instead of just telling Creepy to do it all and going and taking a nap?
Well, that's one thing. But no, my idea was basically, you know how King of the Monsters has different kaiju monsters in it?
Yes.
Review one movie of each monster that you haven't reviewed yet. There has to be a Mothra movie you haven't reviewed yet. There has to be.
Is there?
There has to be, I'm saying. I didn't say there is.
Maybe there's an Asylum ripoff of Mothra.
Oh, The Quiet Place. Okay. That one. Yeah, I wasn't.
Mothzilla.
You're on the Asylum.
Mothzilla.
You're on the Asylum website, which I found out has a movie. What was it called? Angry Asian Schoolgirls, and like only one of them looks vaguely Asian.
Of course.
Thanks, Asylum.
Jason Statham's new movie trailer. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I already have envisioned it in my head.
Oh.
I'm just imagining some driving, some fade to black, some burns, showing an establishing shot, another driving, and then a close-up of Statham, and then another shot in the room, pow, 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 and then...
Do you have dramatic music and is also a certain... I was going to say, is there dramatic music and is... and it's all in sepia. Or slight sepia. It's like at 50% sepia. You remember the brown shooters of the late 2000s?
Yes.
God. I had to explain brown shooters to someone because they thought it legitimately meant shooting people who happened to be brown. I went, no.
I mean, it's that too.
Call of Duty, yeah.
Lou.
I liked Blade Trinity, only because it was a clusterfuck. But Meth Gator's only going to get like 14 feet. 20, maybe. I have not been researching alligator facts, okay? This is knowledge that Floridians are required to know by law.
Yeah. It's like survival skills that they teach you in kindergarten.
You joke. I learned those pre-kindergartner how to survive and how to identify deadly snakes.
It's an encouraging way to get kids to do more exercise. You want to be able to live to see 16? Outrun the gator.
Zigzags.
I just woods.
Well, no, I also got to learn at a very young, early age how to identify the 6 deadliest snakes in all of America because they all live here.
No, it's cocainidile, not crack. Though
Also,
crack croc does kind of roll off the tongue.
Although my friend has pointed out we have to figure out something involving the pestule menace that lives in Florida every summer, the love bug. We have to figure out a horror movie involving them. And then one of my friends goes, just film a whole documentary of how the love bug became to be. It's a horror movie. Because it's genetic experimentation to get rid of pesky palmettos or some other things. And they escaped from the lab, and that's why we have love bugs.
Yay!
Or Steven Seagal might be the bad guy.
Well, we can stop them with super love bugs injected with Viagra.
Why are they injected with Viagra?
Why not?
Did Dolly Parton approve of this? Wait, she's doing the other one. Sure. Let's see. Steven Seagal might be the bad guy in the Expendable 4, and Van Damme might be in it as the villain's twin What?
Oh, well, yeah, Van Damme was killed off in the one that he was in. Was that the second? I want to say Van Damme was in this Expendables 2, but I can't quite remember because it's been so long. And I've watched so many other movies since then.
Oh, let's see. Lord Luminous Pooh. I will always pronounce your name wrong. Bought land in Scotland. Lord is legit love bites? Okay, I'm going to have to now replace my mental violin that has the string snapping with a harp with all the times my brain has been snapping this week.
I mean, I've been seeing all those ads that become a lord today. Buy a square foot of land in Scotland.
Well, there's this whole thing where you can buy a castle in the United Kingdom, and it's yours as long as you do renovations on it and keep upkeep on it. It's yours.
And that's just called real estate.
Yes. That's
house flipping.
Well, you basically get money from the country and stuff. So your job is to make sure it happens. They give you funding. I think.
So you're
I think.
Caretaker?
Yes.
Yay!
Listen, I'm going to own this drafty castle, and I'm going to be my dramatic self.
Lord Luminous Pooh, who I assume is an actual lord, says that Love Bites is my suggestion for the Love Bug horror movie, and the other statement of the Lord being legit is a completely other statement.
Oh. Periods. Commas.
Yeah.
Very important.
Punctuation.
Trust
you can only get away with that if you are from Australia and drink like 12 monsters a day.
Who told you about my drinking habits?
Wait a minute.
You're not from Australia, though.
G'day, mate! I'm from Florida, the Australia of America.
Me.
No, we can see through you to the... Oh, God.
But,
anyway, hi, audience.
Andres Martinez, I do have an OnlyFans account.
Oh, yeah, creepy posts on his OnlyFans, but I believe it is just his reviews.
Not his porn. That's in another area.
Although, last I remember, you did do reviews in your underwear.
Midnight Wank.
Once upon a time, before my channel got deleted for that, yeah. Lord Illuminous, apologies. Lord Illuminous Pooh dropped $2 and said punctuation is for the weak. No, punctuation is for people who follow grammar and sentence structure.
I just like adding punctuation where it's not necessary. Everyone's been playing Resident Evil Village now, and my fiance has it, so she's watching a whole bunch of other YouTubers play it just as much as she has, and then she goes back to playing it.
Of course.
And they're all getting to the part early on where you find the little book, and it's like, oh, great lichens. And I've heard that so many times now whenever it pops up, I'm like, oh, great, lichens.
You're like me in Dead Space. Oh, the violins are getting angry. There must be something bad coming. Oh, great, violins.
Tara.
I can actually see the three of us pitch it. What Kat said earlier, I could see the three of us chipping in and buying a castle somewhere in the UK, and then us using it strictly as a business expense to film videos in. You know, like,
why have we been doing so many vampire movies, werewolf movies?
Oh yeah, but there is a little bit of news with Resident Evil.
Oh yeah, the news I told Decker. Basically, yes. I think it's because wasn't there like a demo that got released and they used the code from that and prayed to God it was very similar to what was going to be in game.
Well, I mean, either way, it still was using RE Engine, which was used for Resident Evil 7 and 2 and 3 remake.
Oh yeah,
and for Devil May Cry. So it's something that people have had a little bit of time messing around, and it's one reason why it was so easy for people to hack the hell out of Fallout 76 when that came out.
Same engine, yeah.
So yeah, I did not find. I found a nice one with Lady D with Thomas the Tank Engine as her face.
Decker couldn't find the sexy mod.
I found one where they just kind of replace her body with Ava, but
that's boring.
Yeah, it's like, hey, and it's like, but Lady D is already sexier.
Well, yeah, she's got them huge tracts of land.
I just think it's kind of weird when she's like angry and chasing you around the castle.
That's like,
doorway. Doorway. Okay.
Well, Decker, if you're a very tall person, you can already relate to her plight.
Oh, yes. Have y'all seen the trailer for the new Saw movie Spiral? I actually put together a little short trailer of that for Live and Wired back when the trailer was first released.
Hey.
Bye, Creepy.
Creepy died. The Saw villain died.
Everyone can see my Live and Wired underwear.
Very nice. Decker, can I talk about that one thing about Saw that we didn't put in the news docket, but I can put in? Not that one. The war between the official Saw Twitter and the Saw Quotes Twitter?
There was a war?
War-ish. Basically, apparently, the Saw Quotes people allegedly hacked the official Saw Twitter. Allegedly. And it was like this weird thing, and everyone sits here watching going, either this is the greatest promotion ever, or this legitimately happened, and we should be concerned.
That's cool, New Doc. My grammar and spelling are terrible just in general.
Ask Creepy. Mine. Not his. Because I have friends who tell me, Cat, periods and sentences exist for a reason. No, they don't.
Oh, great. Likens.
Alien Origin 2, the Crystal...
Alien 420 said posted Alien Origin 2, Crystal Skull.
Why? Why
does everyone hate the Crystal Skull? I don't hate it, love it. I'm just saying.
No, I just remember Alien Origin. That was one of the things that really pissed me off was the freaking skull.
Relax.
It was like, oh my god, look, and then like after the fact, this quick little edit to try and make it more of a ripoff of Prometheus than it was because they had nothing to work with for the longest time when they were making that movie, and it shows.
What does it say when Weird Al Yankovic can do a song based off a movie that hasn't been released yet better than the Alien or the Silent People?
Yeah. Also, Kat, I'm kind of with you. I don't love Crystal Skull. I don't think it's the best movie, but I don't hate it. I never, hated it.
It's memeable, though. I want to know! And they're still wanting to do another Indiana Jones. How?
Well, I gotta have something to tie into the new Bethesda game to distract everyone from the amount of times you're gonna have the whip go like da, 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 and then just either glitch through the floor and the whip just strings out, or just like you got hit by a giant and just Indiana just goes into the stratosphere. That's...
Yeah, I'm really curious how Bethesda's gonna do that. I love how people are like, you should be expecting these big studios to do better. Yes, we should, but the entertainment memes. Because remember when Bethesda decided to fix the what was it?
Rocket 2.
The giant rocket, the giant NASA program? Got hit by a jet.
Yeah.
And they patched it out.
So, we're in danger of dying. And it's China's fault, apparently.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
Isn't it always China? Okay.
I gotta put a banner together for that. Okay.
I love how he's trying to make us stay on subject.
Decker doesn't have the energy to put in to worry about dying right now.
Are you okay, Creepy? You sound tired. Creepy's internet's being borky. That's creepy.
Okay.
Decker. This makes me feel very
okay. I will admit. I'll give you this one, Decky. I'll give you this one, Decker. That's funny. Where the hell did I get Decky from?
That's from me. Remember, I used to call Decker Decky once. Decky was my fault. Remember?
What the fuck came in my mouth just now?
But yeah, from all the things that people were saying, it should be tonight.
Oh, joy.
The rocket should be coming crashing down. This has nothing really to do with entertainment
or
fun.
Me.
But it's a thing that's happening. There was a rocket that shot up for I don't even know how long ago.
A few days.
And yeah, there was not actual boosters put on it to send it back down.
What?
So it just kind of got into a decaying orbit.
Flaw.
Yeah. And it's going to be whacking back into the atmosphere tonight, and it also doesn't have any kind of shielding on it, so it's not going to stay whole. It's going to break up into a lot of little tiny pieces. So hopefully it'll all burn up in the atmosphere, but there are going to be millions of pieces coming down, and some of them might make it
to land.
But on the plus side, Earth is covered in 70% water.
Yes.
And even the inhabited land, it's not just completely densely packed with people.
Except in certain parts of the U.S. and
Well,
Asia.
it's probably not going to pelt the shit out of a major metropolitan complex. The chances of that are, dare I say, astronomically low.
Decker, just for that, you're going to get punished.
Now, my house is going to get hit with the rocket debris.
Or at least go near you.
We don't have to worry about a rocket falling and landing on us and crushing us to death. We have to worry about fiery bits of shrapnel ripping through our bodies.
How many tons of rocket was it?
I don't want to know.
I mean, it's a good amount of material based on weight alone.
Yeah, also, I'd like to point out
crashing to Earth.
I would like to point out that Lion of Bruce is right. Yet Stitch landed on the island of Kauai.
Okay, rocket hurtling to Earth at 18,000 miles per hour to crash land in 3 hours, posted 1 hour ago. So it'll happen during Live and Wired.
So, if any weird, creepy, if your internet goes out right at that moment, I'm sorry. It'll be funny as hell, though.
Okay, how heavy is this? 21 tons. It's a 21-ton rocket.
Do you remember when Elon Musk Tesla shot his rocket and basically it just reminded me way too much of Kerbal Space Program? Because it basically exploded before leaving.
Oh,
jeez. It just went... And I said, it reminded me of Kerbal Space Program. And then my friend was like, okay, please tell me the reason why you're making a joke is because no one got harmed. Yes!
But let me see. How many pounds of meteorites fall to Earth each day?
I was going to say, the size. I think what was the size of the meteor that hit the country and killed the dinosaurs? It was the size of Texas, right?
Technically, 17 meteors a day fall to Earth.
That's nice. How are they?
But I'm not getting much on its weight. Okay, here we go. Estimated 25 million meteoroids, micrometeoroids, and other space debris enters Earth's atmosphere every day. So what do they count as a meteor versus a meteoroid and micrometeoroid?
It's dependent on size as well as surface area.
Scandaneb asked me, so is YouTube career definitely over, or any chance he could try again sometime in the future? I'm on Vimeo now. I'm on Vimeo and OnlyFans now.
Okay, based on these numbers, I'm getting something around 40 tons of material going through the atmosphere every day on average.
Well, now I won't be able to sleep at night thinking about that, Decker. Thanks!
I'm saying this is the thing. It's been going on forever. It's like big rock coming out of the sky. We did Bruce Willis. He don't got to do shit. It's fine.
Why would Bruce Willis be... I know, Armageddon. But do you not remember what happened in Armageddon? And why couldn't they just teach the miners to go into space? Or teach the rocket guys to use the mine material.
Teach rocket people to use to mine? Too difficult. Drills, very tough to use. Teach the miners
how to go to space.
Everything about going to space and all the all that vacuum atmosphere, no gravity, all of that. Boom.
We have a shit ton of donations right now. Pudok donated $4.99 going, we barely escaped asteroid death back in 1989. By the way, I'm able to donate thanks to making a little extra money from Dogecoin. Thanks, meme money. Oh, no.
Yay. Cat has been getting driven nuts by me over the last couple of days because...
Cat has? Creep is also in this little land of crazy. I'm looking like Nicolas Cage doing that face.
I think Night of the Living Dead was a close comet with a weird radioactive trail, and that rained some kind of energy down to Earth, and that brought the dead back. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I think that's how it went.
Isn't that how wait, what's that one? Maximum Overdrive, similar concept.
Yes.
Comet, green, made all the cars go boom boom.
Yeah, we played Stephen King drinking game to that one.
Yeah, I stopped doing my knitting and keeping track because of the explosions.
There was a scene where their status as miners saved the world. They had to perform a difficult procedure that only experienced miners would know. Experienced miners. That sounds like the sign, cashier wanted, 18 years old, must have 20 years experience.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. They used to do... I remember people in programming used to make a joke, because this was when Java was still just out, and they were asking for people with 10 years of Java experience, and Java was only out for, less than 10 years. And I'm sitting here going, okay, only a Time Lord can get that job then.
Man. So
Sirens?
Did Jesus Mayans predict the comet hitting Earth? I don't think so. I think it's mathematicians.
Nostradamus.
And in that part in Armageddon where they were like, hey, we're observing the sky all the time, but we're only able to observe this tiny little percentage of it. What they don't tell you in the movie is that tiny percentage is the stars and stuff. Anything that large, that close, would be clearly visible, and we'd be able to zoom in on it and see what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the thing with the rocket piece. We've known about it, and we've been able to spot it and track it for this while, so yeah.
It is kind of weird, the Armageddon thing, because I think with all the shit that astronauts have to learn to do this thing, I think learning how to work a drill is not that hard. I'm not saying that. I'm not belittling you miners out there. But compared to an astronaut's training...
Well, I think it's this kind of weird spot because for most movies, they want to have the audience feel like they are represented in some way. So having the everyman save the day is something where it's like, hey, I feel like that could have been me. And so having someone who works mining do that, for some reason they see that as, that's something I can relate to. But it's kind of funny in Texas because Texas has NASA.
Yeah.
You see rocket scientists and you're like, that's a Texan right there. Hell yeah.
Hey, Floridians are also free. Texas and Florida have NASA.
Yeah.
Can anyone please let that sink in? Texas?
It's not even a good idea to launch out of Florida. The atmosphere sucks for rockets. But fuck it. It's true, but it's...
I know it's true.
It's like, yep. You know what? My country, my space program is so fucking awesome. We're going to launch out of fucking Florida.
We're going to launch with the land of meth and gators and meth gators.
We're going to have the ship control piloted by a Meth Gator. We're going to put a Meth Gator on the moon. Well,
now there goes. There's an idea for one of our many sequels.
When we inevitably go to space.
Jacques Lafoe 1872 asks, what would be worst place to live, Resident Evil or Silent Hill? That creepy keeps going bye-bye. I'm concerned.
His internet has been a little jumpy right now. So.
Oh, yeah, there was a tornado that happened a few days ago.
Yeah.
That might be it.
That reminds me of something I wanted to bring up on Live and Wired that I didn't remember to.
Do you not want to answer the question, though?
Like Resident Evil, a lot of shit goes bad, and the cities get nuked. There's a lot of depth there. It's really interesting. But there's also a lot of normal kind of life, where Silent Hill is more just the one area, as far as I know.
There's also a town across the lake, but again, that's part of the sequels that some people like to ignore. But the problem is
once you're in the world of Silent Hill, you're pretty much fucked.
Well, not true. Silent Hill 2, remember, there's that little girl there, and according to her, everything looks normal, like a normal town.
I'm wondering, is that kind of like children seeing ghosts kind of thing? Like she is just in a normal situation, but she can see and interact with people in the dark world effectively?
I think the reasoning is because she's a child, she's innocent, she is free of sin.
That bitch ain't innocent.
Yes, we know, but compared to James Sutherland and Eddie.
Okay.
Although the one woman who basically killed her father and brother for doing very horrible, not family-friendly things to her, and she killing, I don't think, well, although she's wrecked with the guilt and the trauma of that, and okay. Welcome to
I feel like it's not so much her being a bad person as her being a fucked up person.
And guilt and the mental trauma and the anxiety and the everything. You know, we use humor to cope with our trauma on my planet.
Yeah. Let's see. What was I? Oh, right. I've got to find it. Because there was a story I told on Twitter shortly before Creepy got the tornadoes and the problems and associated. Let's see. So if I check my notifications, because what had happened, I'll tell the story. My
Baloney has a first name. It's OSCAR.
Okay, there we go. Dang it. If I could.
Well, yeah, there are theories about the little girl not actually being alive to begin with as well, but again, no confirmation, no denial, no nothing from the creators. Although, I know some women out there who are going to be, or men, I'm not going to make it, if a certain rendition of Pyramid Head is in Silent Hill, they're going to be very, very happy.
So
don't think about it.
I made this tweet after taking Lou out for a walk. I said, I was just out walking Lou. Then I heard white noise, and it grew louder and louder. To the south, I could see heavy rainfall pouring down on the work site. To my left, I saw the line of rain come up the lake towards us. We had a nice run back home. And yeah, there's one of the times in Texas where it was just a sudden, massive downpour, and you can see it coming. Yeah, so we just ran like hell as fast as we could back to the house.
Well, Decker.
And then after we got into the carport and it was just pouring down and smashing everywhere.
Creepy's back. Put him in.
Okay.
Put him in. But sorry, Decker was talking a dramatic reading.
But after I said that on Twitter, I got a little response. A Crossin' Bean at Crossin' Mexican made a little doodle dramatizing the experience.
Why do I never draw that quickly, that cutely? Anyway, to make you feel better, Decker, that set of tweets sounded better than most modern Stephen King novels, according to certain people I know who hate Stephen King.
So I really liked that.
If the comet is visible in your area, record the impact as much as you can.
I don't think it will be. It's not a comet. Or comment. Not comet. Comment. But I don't think. As far last I checked, the early projections for where it was going to land was around the Middle East area or Eastern Africa. Just kind of. Yeah, and since then they've kind of changed projections. They're like, okay, not even in the land towards the Indian Ocean, but they're moving their projection further down. So I don't know if it's going to loop back around because on that particular orbital axis, it does kind of cross around Southeast Texas.
Oh, it's okay. Also, Timothy Armstrong, that, my friend, is why you always invest in a surge protector, or at least 3 of them. What? Wait, wasn't that a Resident Evil game?
Resident Evil 5. They got a lot of shit for that one.
I remember that.
Yeah, same.
Vodka Conda. Would the vodka conda really? I feel like the anacondas, like if we're going to go with like cold-blooded reptiles like that, cannabis conda.
All it's gonna do is lay the
Canaboa.
Decker, all it's going to do is lay around, go dude, and eat food.
Eat, exactly. It will have the munchies for people.
Won't the anaconda people sue us if we do that?
Canaboa.
Don Achtenberg donated $5. Tornado sent creepy Oz, and Chibi Thulu comes to life. I want to see that movie. I do not need to see the Wizard of Chibi. The Wizard of
Thulu.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Okay, in that scenario, what is Decker and I's role? Because we have to have the and you were their roles.
Mm-hmm.
Decker and Scarecrow.
I see Decker as the Scarecrow. Yeah.
You get if you get born long and lanky, if you do a production of Wizard of Oz, you're automatically the Scarecrow. Didn't even have to audition for it.
Can't I be the Tin Man with motherfucking chainsaw hands?
You have a fine.
No.
But
although I can see Kat being the Tin Woman and having and instead of like just a standard Tin Woman, she's like a robot who was built for military purposes and has all these weapons on it. But it's just like
so TikTok.
I just want to draw and go on vacation and have fun. I don't want to blow stuff up.
So wait, I feel better now. No, I was gonna say, wait, what are those robots in Fallout 4? Those sexy woman voice robots. You know the ones I'm talking about, Decker. The Assaultrons.
Yeah. I don't usually listen to their voices. I just like.
Decker's too busy ogling.
No, Decker, I want to point out there is a Assaultron that is a salesperson at Good Neighbor. Hard not to hear her voice. Decker! She's innocent! Also, apparently someone said I should be
But not essential.
Yes, she is. To me, she is.
Not with enough mods.
With me, she is. Anyway. Why did everyone say I'm the Cowardly Lion? It's because my name is Cat, isn't it? I only had...
Actually, if you remember correctly, the Cowardly Lion was brave on a number of occasions and super strong. Just needed
anxiety.
You just had anxiety and needed a boost of just needed some cannabis and a boost of confidence. That was all.
Crap, that is me. That is me. If I only had the Noive.
Modified wood chipper.
Aren't we doing that with how they die? No, wait, lawnmower. We're doing a lawnmower, Decker. We're doing a lawnmower. And no,
a super sticker that I can't see because I'm not on the right site.
I'm on it. It's a cute little adorable game controller thing that says critical hit.
Thank you.
It's cute, actually. It's actually adorable. Hear me out. A robot alligator with chainsaw teeth.
Robot alligator chainsaw teeth. I feel like that must have been done before. That's too good of an idea.
Listen, apparently Meth Gator's too good of an idea to not have been done already. Although someone did look up to see if there was anything like that. There's a movie called Moonshine Gators.
Mm-hmm.
Or Moon...
Right, so we have news. We do have news. Anyone remember, speaking of Stephen King and getting drunk,
yes.
There's always The Children of the Corn.
I like that movie. Did you ever see the sequel done by the remake done by the Sci-Fi Channel, which is horrible?
Well, there's also news of another remake. Or they're calling it a reboot, but how do you reboot something that's not, like, it's a remake?
Yeah.
You double-click on your chest and you shout, reboot! And then you become a part of the game and you're able to play in it.
But it's based on a book, and it's still based on that book.
It's not based on a book. It's based on a short story within a book of short stories.
Get it right. It's still...
Get it right, mister!
It's written on paper and bound, and it's got things on it, and you sit there and you flip it, and you look at the words and you read it.
And you absorb.
Cat.
Yes.
Cat.
Yes.
You argued semantics with Decker, therefore you are obligated to climb Mount Decker and plug the lava flow of ranting and tirade.
No drinking and no thick black daddy. Thick black daddy, he's
can't drink.
Having some problems.
Yeah.
Health problems.
Why did I hear binging? I heard dinging.
That's just my fiance's wheelchair.
Oh. I thought the smoke alarm in my house was broken again. It's been misbehaving. Apparently the battery won't stay put. It keeps shifting down when the door gets slammed hard enough.
We are aware of the in-production Meth Gator film listed on IMDB, which is one reason why we're calling ours Meth Gators.
And also Meth Gator is one word. Or a hyphen. We haven't decided yet.
Either way, the one that's been listed there on IMDb has been listed there for years, and it has been updated more recently, but they didn't add any new information. There is nothing to speak of anything being done on that particular Meth Gator. Much like there's not much to be said about anything getting done on this one.
Hey, we got a script, first draft.
Well, I haven't seen anything in regards to the Meth Gator. Like, I think they have like methgatormovie.com or something. But is the website even still up, or is it completely defunct?
I don't know. Decker's doing looking.
Also, Julia Goodwith, congratulations for getting that reference.
Yes, Mr. You're referencing 3D Canadian television.
Okay, they have some pictures, and I'm not sure if this is actually from this movie or if they're doing some other thing, because I see this weird stuff.
Wait, they remade Poltergeist? When did they remake Poltergeist?
Okay, so this is like copyright 2021.
Uh-oh.
The team, yeah, I see the writers listed there. Fine, okay. But it's just saying, like, coming soon. And, like, the pictures, I'm not even sure if they're even from anything in regards to a production here, because I'm just seeing, like, festival pictures. Here's a little gator cruise thing. Here's a picture of this gator here. It's like there's two pictures that may actually be from a movie production, but I don't even know if it's from this one or if it's just random pictures they got.
Grey Turtle Entertainment Grey Turtle Entertainment donated $5. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, wait. Sorry, I'm looking at this thing.
Decker is distracted. Something shiny came.
Well, I'm on that page.
He's trying to figure out if we have a legal chance. See, he goes, Decker Shadow and that long-haired creepy guy presents Meth Gators. You're what? Why am I not in this title? It's from my fucking state.
Actually,
it's my freaking state and my freaking county we're doing this in. Where's my name in this?
Cat,
yes?
If you could dial back for just a second. It involves the movie. In regards to what Decker just said, no, there is no legal recourse because this is not plagiarism. This is not copyright infringement.
Now, it seems like they have a little synopsis.
Decker, unless the movie is unless our movie is a direct copy of theirs, which it's not. I checked, it's not. Then it's not copyright infringement and it's not plagiarism. This is like saying that two slasher movies are infringing on each other because they both have serial killers.
Creepy.
Yeah, you can have two movies that are about gators that get addicted to meth, but as long as one movie has its own plot and the other movie has its own plot, they're not the same movie. Therefore, it's not illegal and it's not copyright infringement.
Good. But
Anyway.
I think the Meth Gators are eating Creepy's Wi-Fi.
Yes, but they have their synopsis up, and I can say that the opening they have set up is very similar to the opening you have set up on Meth Gators, which, considering the idea is that gators end up having a lot of meth in them, it's very difficult to come up with many different variants of how that happens.
Yeah.
There's the logical, natural way it would go about, which seems to be very similar between the two. There are differences still, but there's similarity there. But then going further down the synopsis they have listed on their website, their movie's a ripoff of Jaws.
Oh, good, we're safe. So they don't use a meth kit. They don't use a make-your-own meth kit we buy off Wish. Okay, for legal reasons, we can't call it Wish.
No, I mean, they might, but I doubt it. Like, there's a whole thing there with a lot of ambiguity and we got a lot more details that we know of in our movie of how it goes.
You're right.
Versus what they have listed on their website.
Yeah, Grey Turtle Entertainment donated $2 saying, I'm broke, cat, letter limit, sorry. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, they don't let you say all that much on a super chat unless you pay up the big bucks.
Right.
Never.
That's how you get to write a whole. So that would fund Meth Gator well. If Meth Gators is if we said, hey, everyone write super chats. That will be the script. Then they pay by the word. It's like reverse, right? How writing is supposed to be, but in reverse. The writers pay by the word to write more.
Yeah. Also,
that would suck so bad. Don't do that. That's not what we're doing. I'm just saying.
Please no.
That would be a horribly cruel and unjust world we would be creating.
Very true. Also, I do want to apologize real quick. I know my connection sucks tonight. I don't know what the problem is. My connection has been bad for over a week now. It's been in and out. Like some days it's good, some days it's bad. I don't know what to do about it. So I'm sorry.
Our current theory involves a tornado.
Yeah, it very well could be. It could have something to do with the tornado we had here. So there you go.
We can't reboot Creepy. He's perfect the way he is.
No.
But yeah, there is a Children of the Corn reboot, remake, reimagining, and reheated leftovers. That is, there is a set of images from the set.
Do you think
they
they're
have
actually
the cast and people?
Do you think they're going to do it accurate to the actual book and the actual short story, where it's like, oh, these children have to make babies at like 13, 14, and then get killed off at like 17?
Stephen King.
Fucked up.
But yeah, they have the synopsis listed. A psychopathic 12-year-old girl in a small town in Nebraska recruits all the other children and goes on a bloody rampage, killing the corrupt adults and anyone else who opposes her. A bright high schooler who won't go along with the plan is the town's only hope of survival.
So yeah, that's a negative on it being like the original story.
So it is kind of a reboot.
Yeah, because again, crap, what's the name of the creepy little kid who was played by an adult?
Probably because they were doing things that you can't have on film a kid doing, because that's illegal.
Well, yes, but no, he was a really great performer. And they actually did a sequel with him as his character from that one, and it's like quote unquote the official sequel of Children of the Corn, unlike the other sequels of Children of the Corn. How many sequels are there? There's children. I'm looking this up.
Also, Don Ackenberg donated $5 and said, have you tried turning Creepy off and then turning him on again? Wait a minute. I'd rather they didn't personally, because I don't want to have my health looked at by the IT crowd.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with the IT crowd. Can't believe I'm looking up to see if there are any sequels to Children of the Corn. There are.
There are enough sequels of Children of the Corn for Dicker to do like a very long summer of the Children of the Corn.
The summer of the children of the corn!
Gentlemen, behold! Children of the Corn. No, there's, let me see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the next one would be 11. Also, there's a short film that was made in 83 called Disciples of the Crow, which is apparently a Children of the Corn thing. There is also TV. Yeah, there's enough for you to do a whole summer of.
The summer of the Children of the Corn.
Okay, listen.
Yeah.
No, we're doing Nicolas Cage.
I was going to say next question. Decker, which one does Creepy get to be a part of?
The one that is the most homoerotic out of the bunch.
They're not all none of them are homoerotic.
I wouldn't say none of them.
Which one?
I'm just moving on.
Creepy. That's my secret.
That's my secret. I'm always turned on.
Yeah, but we like to keep it quiet, you know.
Lou, it's okay. Why are you crying? It's
children,
all right.
Lou, it's okay. The Children of the Corn aren't real. Last we checked. I haven't been to Kansas lately.
Come on,
the children
Lou.
of the popcorn.
Yummy.
Come on, Lou.
No, I just imagine, like, during 2020, and we didn't know about this, but like there's a Children of the Corn scenario somewhere in Kansas.
Oh boy.
And no one knew about it because it was plague and social distancing, so no one really left their house. Oh my God, there's a logical reason how Children of the Corn could happen in a modern situation.
Okay, I'm being asked to take the doggy out, so
we'll talk about things. We'll talk about the Noid. Hi.
Nudoc Prime donated £2. Yeah, and said, would have to do a Children of the Corn joke. Corn spelled with a K, yeah. And yes, I know what that means, too. I remember Corn.
I remember Corn the band. There's not only Corn with a K, the band. There's Corn with a K, the Japanese pop star.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
From like the 90s. He was a guest on the original Iron Chef.
Oh, okay.
Also, here's a fun fact about Corn that I learned from someone. So when you're young and you're poor and you don't have any place to go, you go to the you join the U.S. Army. I didn't, of course, but a lot of kids I knew did. And they would like to give everyone who's trying to sign up and recruit what the questions would be asked during the interview process, right?
Right.
And one of the interview process questions is, what do you think of corn? Now, the proper answer you're supposed to give is to talk about its potential as a fuel, its, potential, to be used as a product, like, again, fuel, etc., etc. Don't answer it's a vegetable. And then I became a smartass, go, what if I say I really like the band? I got stared at by that Army recruiter guy.
Yeah.
Army recruiter guys don't like snark. I'm the queen of it.
No, they don't. They really, really don't.
The point of you in the military is to become a little tiny worker bee. You will be broken down, then built back up, then broken down, then built back up, then broken down, then built back up, and then we'll be happy. Wait, there was a Blade cartoon show? I remember the TV series that we do not speak about.
I know there was the movie trilogy, there was the TV series.
There was the anime.
I don't remember there being an animated series. There might have been an anime.
There was. G4 used to play it when G4 was a thing. Remember G4, kids? No.
Yeah, I do actually.
No,
here we go. Yeah, they Artie Pavlov said Blade anime show. Okay, yeah, that
okay. I'd like to see modern anime do Blade, because there might be actually a rendition of Blade that actually uses a decent amount of blood in it, unlike the remake that's rumored to happen soon by Marvel Studios. We all know my feelings.
But you were saying something about pizza and annoying rabbit-esque characters.
Oh, you mean the Noid? Yeah. So I found out about this. We don't need Decker's fancy schmancy titles for this, because Decker didn't even put it on the docket. The Noid is coming back. All you 80s kids out there, remember the Noid? Avoid the Noid. The Noid is going to cause your pizza to go bad and get all cold and icky. And that was part of their whole 30 minutes or less delivery thing, which was very bad. Because apparently the 30 minutes or less thing caused drivers to drive really recklessly and get into car wrecks, or other people get into car wrecks, and all the other bad things, which is bad. And they're bringing back the Noid for their commercials as a way to advertise their new driverless pizza cars?
I feel like this is a bad idea for a number of reasons.
The Noid itself, or the driverless pizza cars?
The Noid I can give or take. The driverless pizza cars, on the other hand, that seems like a worse idea than the 30 minutes or less thing.
Yeah, well, like as Eddie Hurd said, go watch cars get into crashes, which has been a thing. There are driverless taxi cabs out. Yes, there is a driver in there, but they could be asleep or whatever, and they have gotten into crashes. And like my other issue is, because I pointed out this is a bad idea to do driverless pizza cars, because I use as an example, Canada did a robot that hitchhiked across Canada. It did perfectly fine. They tried it again to hitchhike across America. They lost the robot. They found the robot. The robot basically was taken way off its course, beaten the crap to death, and massively graffitied.
Yep.
And so I'm sitting here going, they're going to do that to a helpless robot that doesn't even have pizza within it. What's it going to do to the driverless cars? Because I made jokes like, it's going to be like when, I remember saying like when Amazon was recommending doing drone deliveries. And I go, okay, I'm ready.
No, bad idea. Also, we also have the fact that, remember that Night Gallery episode with the androids that were becoming sentient and developing emotions? How long before the abuse triggers some kind of episode, then the driverless pizza car and the driverless pizza car uprising happens?
That would be an interesting uprising. It'd be delicious. Yeah, but yeah, again, it's just like...
we'll get massive oil burns from pizza.
You will not be burnt. Why does pizza summon Decker?
Why not?
We were talking about the Noid.
Oh, right. I don't have a banner for that. Crap.
No, that's okay, Decker. We just covered it all. I told you
Okay.
Decker didn't have a banner for the Noid. I told you he didn't. Noid. I'm sorry. It feels like this looks like a minimalist art piece in an abstract art Noid. Noid. Have you ever seen those art pieces where it's like white and then the word in the center and it's like really small on this big piece of white canvas? And it's supposed to represent something? I'm like, it represents my anger.
Oh boy. So yeah, Lou had to go potty.
I remember there was a Noid video game.
I remember that. It was weird because you went up against a pink Noid, which wasn't a girl. It was just a Noid that was different colored.
Oh, was there several Noid video games? I remember the one on PC. That might have been also on NES.
I remember the one on NES because JonTron covered it once, and I was like, oh, so that wasn't a fever dream.
Oh, wait, I remember. The game where you play as a pizza guy, and you had to effectively deliver the pizza while the Noid is chasing you. And you had to, like, if there's like a trash can in the way, since it's 2D, you can't walk around it. You had to get over it, but you had to do like the forward jump and somersault. It's like this. It was like this weird reverse Prince of Persia, where you're climbing apartment buildings and stuff to get to where you deliver the pizza while the Noid's chasing you, and you got to make sure to get there without messing up the pizza.
I just remember
I feel like this is an awful lot of work for like under minimum wage and tips.
Yeah, you better tip the motherfucker after that.
I just remembered the stupid pizza mini game in the Spider-Man 2 game. I remember that. The song won't leave my brain, Decker. I mean, I think the Wii music has finally defeated it, but still. So, sir, you have a severe case of pink Noid. What is your injury? Oh, there were three Noid games. One was a personalized arcade game, one was a Commodore 64, and one was a Nintendo.
Ah.
Thank you, Vamp Hunter Lover. Damn it, Cat, the music. The infection spreads.
Yes. Speaking of music that never ends.
How you do, Mai? I see you've met my faithful handyman. He thought you were the candy man.
But yes, even though the theaters had to close for Redacted, they just so happened to have this little streak going of over 40 years. Every Saturday, they showed the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And
movie or stage production?
Movie.
Okay, because that was the one part I was confused about when I looked at your synopsis.
Right. Yeah, the theater can be many things.
Yes.
But yeah, they would have screenings of the Rocky Horror Picture Show every Saturday night, and they had this for over 40 years. And then suddenly all the theaters had to close. And they're like, but our streak, we're still open. Like, we're still operational. Even without people coming here, the company's big enough, we can keep this place. Like, what do we do? So they're like, you know what, fuck it. Have the screening. Just play it. I don't care if we're not allowed to bring people in here. Just put the movie on.
I mean, if the employees are stuck there, at least they're going to have an enjoyable time, like night watch and shit.
So they had the screening. And they kept having the screening. And they were still closed, but they kept having the screening. And like, fuck it, we're not breaking a streak. 54 weeks later, they're finally allowed to reopen. They're only allowed to have 50 people in the place and call it a full theater. But they watched the Rocky Horror Picture Show is what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Did this production, does this theater allow the whole thing where you, I can't remember, what's it called, Creepy, where, you interact with the audience, you interact with the movie?
The Rocky Horror Picture Show experience.
Yes.
I am not certain, but they had better have thrown toast.
See, some companies don't allow that anymore. A lot of theater companies won't allow doing food throwing anymore because of rats. There's this one thing in Rocky Horror where they used to throw hot dogs. You can't throw hot dogs anymore. Although they do allow, instead of rice, shred up paper. Instead of rice.
Oh boy, confetti.
Listen, Decker, a lot of weddings don't do rice anymore because it can kill birds.
So can my gun.
So can Decker's gun.
Or my other gun. Or my other gun.
Or your dog.
Yeah, she did a pretty good number on Howard that one day.
Howard
survived, though.
I was just imagining, Decker, I know what you could do for a costume for Halloween. Duck Hunter. The dog's the dog.
I was going to go clown.
Please, no.
I'm having a hard time. I want to have, like, a rainbow wig similar to my hair. Okay, but I'm not finding anything that really works. Every long-haired rainbow wig that's curly is only like barely curly, and it's got bangs. And I'm like, God damn it, it's not that kind of wig I'm after. Okay,
Brandon Kilgore, first off, thanks for reminding me. Decker, I'm about to open up a small part of my backstory. When I was 12 and 13 years old, I actually went to clown school. And I learned many a clowny thing. Fun fact, professional clowns do not do the rainbow wig. They see it as immature. They see it as very unprofessional.
And I am
a professional idiot. An amateur. But no, rainbow hair isn't really, especially the rainbow afro wig, is not really a thing that's done in
I'm not trying for an afro wig. I'm trying for long.
Also, Decker, if you wish to get curly, long-haired rainbow wig, you could do the styling yourself. Do not ask how I know how to do this. Years of cosplay, but I know a way.
Well, I understand I could just make it, but I'm trying to just buy it because I'm lazy.
Decker, curly hair and wigs never turns out well. Trust me. Trust me.
It really is.
Yeah, I've noticed. He has a bidet.
On him about a crossover we're supposed to do.
Listen, I know Decker's lazy. He has a bidet. He doesn't even want to wipe his own ass. Am I wrong, Decker? Am I wrong?
Night digital pollution.
So I'm sorry, but creepy. The way you have your arms up like that with the picture freezing up makes me think the camera is taking a modeling photo of you.
It is a great model.
Now, what's the name of that website where you can promote yourself as a model?
Oh, you mean that really?
It's Model something. I forget the name of it, but
I remember the stupid cheesy thing you could do at the mall where it was basically
actually plus size modeling is a thing.
Yes, it is. Except their plus sizes is average sizes for the average human. It's not really me size, if you will. And don't just do your own hair and rainbow. Okay, Adam Fink. I'm going to point out how much bleach is going to be used for that. First off, because Decker has dark colored hair, therefore we have to do bleaching first.
Why am I out of focus?
Because I'm talking about bleaching and your camera doesn't like the idea.
Anyway.
Ah! Okay, Zordon, go back. Go back. Thank you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I think he thought that we couldn't hear him.
I mean, I've given Decker more money than I've given to MST3K. I don't know what that says about my priorities. You have good taste.
I haven't heard good things about the MST3K reboot, but when I look at their page, when there's a post on social media about it, and I look at the comments, I see a lot of support and people like, "Yay!"
I've watched Riff Tracks, which is like the original cast from MST3K, and they've been riffing on this. I'll send you the video, Decker. It's called "Is Corn Grass?" They riffed a movie called "Is Corn Grass?"
I must see this.
you gotta see it. It's one of those weird 1950s, 1960s.
I figured.
One of those videos where it's basically those boring hobby videos from the 1950s, which I think I even remember watching this one when I was in elementary school. Yeah. What is Oddworld? It is a game about freeing slaves. You think I'm joking? I'm not. It's a weird puzzle stealth game. It's hard, but it isn't.
Puzzle platformy, group-based kind of strategy.
Stealth.
The big hook of the original was just like, hey, the PlayStation has like 4 shoulder buttons, which was something at the time.
I was about to say, Decker, I think that's like come standard now with all controllers.
Well, the PlayStation 1 had 4 shoulder buttons. It was the first major console with 4 shoulder buttons. Its main competitors were the Sega Saturn that had 2 shoulder buttons, and the Nintendo 64 that had something.
Okay. Gray Turtle. Okay, is the second cast actually, but okay. Rift Tracks is the second cast.
But yeah, you use the 4 shoulder buttons to speak as Abe and form sentences and tell the other things what to do, and that was really like something like wow at the time. Like wow, you're talking to them, you say hello, and they say hello, and then you're like follow me, and they're like okay, and you walk around, and they follow you, and it's oh my god, games are amazing now.
Hello, follow me, okay. Basically. Also, Decker, I am sending the Is Corn Grass video for you so you can enjoy that. It's in the group chat. I've sent that to a friend of mine, and he goes, "Why are you doing this to me?" I go, "Would you rather?" Well, there was another video I sent him, which is going, "Have you ever considered horse?" I'll send it as well later, Decker.
Favorite summer song? People sing during the summer?
Well, those summer pop songs of happiness. The only problem is when I think summer songs, I think La Bamba, because I used to play a lot at this park I used to go to that had summer water slide days. And it was like a lot of 1950s music, 1950s, 1960s music, and La Bamba was a popular one.
The only season songs I can think of is like Snowy Winter, which is this try not to offend as many people as possible, not Christmas, not holiday, wintertime song.
What about Walking in a Winter?
Effectively is just singing about the fact that it happens to be winter.
Isn't that Walking in a Winter Wonderland?
No, you see, that's too cheerful and a holiday. We're like winter, snowy winter, winter. I can't remember much of that frickin' song. It's just like, hey, it's winter.
Well, at least it's
amazing.
I was about to say, at least it's better than that Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas song by Paul McCartney, which is apparently anyone who works retail, it's a secret trigger song that will make them go into a violent rage after hearing it for so long.
School's Out for Summer. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
But I just think of like spring, and that just gets me to Poisoning Pigeons in the Park by Tom Lehrer. You know that one.
Which one? Sorry, my brain just fun.
Poisoning Pigeons in the Park by Tom Lehrer. That's a springtime song.
That is?
Yes.
Well, at least it's not springtime for Hitler. Ayo.
The first 3 words of the song are "Spring is here."
Oh, Vacation isn't a summer song though. Vacation is a song about vacationing. And how you miss your man on your vacation because your man's not with you at the vacation.
I was thinking of Pikachu's Vacation, but
well, that's also a good one. No, I'm thinking of the other one, the '80s song Vacation, which fun factoid was filmed in my hometown. Well, a town over from my hometown. I could actually take you to the place where it got filmed. Yeah, no, I could take you to the place that it actually got filmed.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I actually met the father of Belinda Carlisle. Her dad worked in the same Walmart that I did once upon a time. And
man, the internet hates your connection right now.
Yeah, it does. I'm sorry. I met the father of Belinda Carlisle, lead singer for the Go-Go's, who one of their songs was Vacation, what Kat is talking about.
Which was filmed one town over.
Yeah, and her father and I talked a few times. He's very proud of her.
You know what really annoyed me? Okay, so the park that they filmed at is called Cypress Gardens. It's no longer there. It's now called Legoland. Do your Googling if you will. Cypress Gardens never hyped up that the Go-Go's was filmed here. And I'm sitting here going, really? You wouldn't brag that a music video was filmed here? I'd brag. It would be part of my fucking thing.
But we should probably talk about a little bit about more news. There's something in the title card we haven't spoken of.
We talked about.
Remember the Dungeons and Dragons movie?
I thought I was going to say.
You remember the sequel to the Dungeons and Dragons movie?
And the other sequel that was only available in Europe?
The other sequel to the Dungeons and Dragons movie. I've talked about all the Dungeons and Dragons movie and rated them, which is kind of like saying...
You like this campaign.
Like, who's your favorite politician, I guess?
I can tell you my least favorite.
So, fun factoid. They're making another one.
Oh yeah, there was talks about
Which is technically not a sequel or a reboot, but none of them really are connected to each other anyway. It's just another Dungeons and Dragons movie. We know nothing really about it other than the fact that it is Dungeons and Dragons, and the cameras are rolling. People are saying their lines, and
acting is happening. What I would love to see.
Well, that's still yet to be seen.
Yeah, we're not sure about that.
Well,
real quick, Adventure Jedi 24. What happened to Creepy's channel? Does he have an alternate account? I'm on Vimeo. There's a link.
Okay, can we make it a new drinking game? Anytime someone asks about Creepy's drink, we take a Creepy's channel. We take a drink of water.
Artie Pavlov says that the new D&D movie is confirmed to be set in the Forgotten Realms.
Oh, okay. They're actually going to pick an actual. What do they call it? Not campaign.
Setting.
Yeah.
Like a place that exists in a somewhat static world of D&D.
Yeah. Right. Well, I would like to see them try to take the module for Curse of Strahd or Ravenloft in general, because there's so many good Ravenloft stories. And Strahd is awesome. It is a great campaign.
Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider.
They're the bards, and we kill them with
I could see it.
Did you know Vin Diesel's a huge D&D fan? And I'm sitting here going, can we put him in the D&D movie? Because at least we'll have one person who cares about the movie.
That actually would be interesting. I would like to see Vin Diesel star in a Dungeons and Dragons movie, because I feel that is entirely too appropriate.
I want him to be the Dungeon Master.
No, make him.
I want everyone else to be stone cold serious, and I want Vin Diesel as the DM.
Well, here's the fun thing. Apparently, when Vin Diesel does movies, he would actually invite like cast and crew members to like D&D one-shots at his place, so you could play D&D with him. I'm sitting here going, "That's it. I'm working in film. I want to at least play one game of D&D with Vin Diesel and Weird Al."
Yeah, I mean, like, that was the thing. Like, it's a common thing that if you star in a movie with Vin Diesel, he will do everything in his power to get you to play Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm trying to remember Ross Salvatore's books.
Timothy Armstrong says, "Hey, Kat, I heard the new D&D movie might be using R.A. Salvatore's books as the script."
Hold on. Let me find the book so I can remember which book. Thank you, Wizards of the Coast.
R.A. Salvatore's books are the Drizzt Do'Urden. I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Oh, yes. The Legend of Drizzt. Yeah, those. Which I haven't read. Okay.
But they're bringing him into the new D&D action RPG co-op video game. What's it called again?
Pain in the Assera?
I don't know, but you can play as Drizzt.
Oh.
Stab motherfuckers in the face.
Oh, yeah. Motorcycle US pointed out. Vin Diesel has asked Judi Dench to DM when they were filming Chronicles of one of the Riddick movies. I want to be a fly on that wall. I want to see Judi Dench.
Michael, that's always been a bit of a problem.
That's always a problem. Although, fun fact, Plague has made it better. Got a lot of internet. Because, like, I had a real life group, and we use now Discord for our D&D thing. And now we have
people. He says that's not true. They're not touching Drizzy for movies, and I don't see that ever happening, to be honest.
I don't see them ever doing Curse of Strahd, which would be awesome. Well, that's just my little feeling about it, because I like Curse of Strahd. Actually, Ravenloft, they're coming up with new material for Ravenloft, and I'm just sitting excitedly, and then I saw how much the book cost, and then I cried inside.
I thought it was funny how Marlon Wayans got so much hate for...
He was the most accurate D&D character ever.
Yeah, he really was. If you've ever sat down and played D&D, that's exactly how it goes.
I rolled to seduce the door. A thing I actually did in D&D. The door did open, though. The door was a mimic. I seduced a mimic. That's what is!
Of course, I always love the Gamers movies. Those are very accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Very accurate Dungeons and Dragons movies.
Also, Vampire...
I stabbed the book. Wait, no. I backstab it. It has no anatomy. It has a spine.
Why am I suddenly...
Okay, roll 1.
Decker, let me say this one. Vampire Hunter D Lover said, "Why am I suddenly picturing Decker trying to upload a new D&D video and Chewy Thulu is the Dungeon Master?"
I've always wanted to see all of us do one-shots and each of us play, like, the DM once.
Oh, God, I wish I could get back into Decker and Dragons. Not Deckers and Dragons.
Deckers and Dragons?
Just the one Decker. Just the one.
All of the Decker clones are invited.
It might be easier that way.
When you
rather than trying to actually gather everyone.
That would be an interesting thing. You know, you could play all the different Decker clones and how they would play. Each one would play Dungeons and Dragons.
If there's one Decker clone that's a rules lawyer, I am required by law to smash him with a hammer.
That's just me.
Getting the hammer.
I didn't read this 200-page rulebook front to back multiple times for other people to just do whatever the hell they want.
First page of the player's handbook clearly states that these are not rules, these are guidelines and ideas and concepts. Do what you wish.
The cover clearly says rulebook.
It does not. It says handbook, not rulebook. This is what happens when you get two people who are really good at arguing and the queen of finding loopholes and pointing out factoids. So technically,
if you do a Google search for, I will do this Google search.
Place your bets.
It
is the player's handbook
rule book.
Decker, I have the copies right here.
Oh, this is the first thing that comes up.
Decker, it is handbook, and it is also called the DM's guide. And I have them right with me right now on my computer. I will break out the covers right here, right now.
If I am looking for the rulebook, this is the first thing that comes up, so it is the best thing to define what it is a rulebook.
It's being turned as rulebook because that is a common search term when they're trying to find the handbook.
Which Dungeons and Dragons book has the rules?
There are no rules! There are guidelines!
Oh, the Player's Handbook is the essential reference for every... It contains rules for character creation and advancement, background skills, exploration of combat, equipment, spells, and much more.
Where's my
contains rules, this says.
Grant, where are you? I need you right now to... They are guidelines, not rules.
It contains rules. It says that the Player's Handbook contains rules.
Yes, our pedantics killed Creepy. Are you happy, Decker?
A little bit.
No, you should do multiplicity so you could use the clones. No, someone's pointing out going, good old gamer goes, the rule of cool overrules the rules. And it depends on what the DM's feeling. Ha! So if I am the DM, I will allow some leniency. Fear me. When you do a magic spell and you get a nat 1, a funny thing shall happen, because that's what I consider entertainment. Well, Tiny Wolf, it's been an hour and a half, and you just missed Decker and I arguing about D&D. You can clearly tell two different play styles are clashing with each other. Yes! Thank you, Vampire D.
Clearly defined beforehand.
Excuse me. So basically, as the Vampire Hunter D says, they're like the Pirate's Code. Okay? Some follow them, some do lenient. What?
What is wrong with my dang... damn it.
Artie Pavlov, I'm here for all the D&D screaming.
I'm trying to make my beautiful house look as beautiful as possible.
Maybe you need a bigger green screen.
I don't have a bigger green screen.
That's why you should have just bought blue tarp like I told you, and it would have been 10 times cheaper.
Yes, but it would also have been creasy and shiny in places.
Hey, Kat, when I play D&D, my DM doesn't like it when I play a half hour because I always find a way to break the game due to the half-elf versatility. It's not breaking. It's working with what you've got. It's not my fault I know people who basically multi-classed and figured out a way to rage for, like, a long period of time and do, like, multiple attacks in one go and basically kill a guy in 10 in one turn. There might be a reason why my DM is currently getting a herd of Wendigos after us, because we work way too well together.
Yeah, generally when you when you face something and it could have been really bad, but beforehand you have managed to figure out something you could do here, and you completely circumvented a very large problem for you. That problem was the idea they came up with that you were supposed to fall into, and you have just removed a good 40 minutes of the game that they wanted to play out to see how you would handle that, not how you would avoid that completely.
Well,
now there's Wendigos.
Well, in the great words of Graham goes, it's very hard for me to do... Well, there's a problem with the creature rating or whatever they call CR in D&D with groups. And if you have a group that can work well together, and it's a well-balanced, well-oiled machine of a team, it's really hard to fight. And apparently our DM has been having issues with that. Oops. Because technically we were supposed to run from the first Wendigo, but 2 idiots in our group decided to fight the thing. It's dead now. And now we have a whole herd to go after. Decker. So when you play D&D, I'm like, Mommy and Daddy are arguing. I'll be under the table. Well, that's the thing. When you're playing at someone's table, you do go by their rules. Unless you can point out the bullshit. AKA, why can't I set the grease that I just poured on the guy on fire?
I'm just here like, I think the short rest is OP.
The short rest is not OP! It's
Compare it to classic D&D, thank you very much.
Classic D&D can bite me. Short rest isn't OP. Yes,
you want to recover those 5 hit points? Sleep a week in the inn.
No, it's
going to cost you 60 gold.
Decker, you have to roll hit dice, and hit dice are very sacred, especially when you're in a dungeon and you have to do a lot of short rests.
That's how OP they are.
That's not OP. It's balanced.
OP. You want to heal that much? Get a cleric.
Well, if the cleric doesn't want to waste a spell slot on healing people, let's just take a short rest.
Then that's a bad cleric and fire his ass.
Hello, I have a cleric that doesn't really do healing. It does hurting more.
That's because he's a slacker because of all that short rests giving him all this respite.
Actually, it's more of they're like the medic from TF2, and they think the healing is not as rewarding as the hurting, and they like to examine injuries so they can figure out ways to heal the people.
I don't care about their role-playing in this role-playing game.
Learn my character's backstory, damn it! Yeah, so Among Us logic, Decker is the imposter. I'm voting him out.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm not playing Among Us. I hate Among Us. It's the mini games for me. Oh, Artie Pavlov. What kind of Wendigo? The devil, the flying scary ones from FR, or some homebrew? It's a giant thing of skeleton and stretched skin, and it screams, and it's creepy, and it almost killed me. Oopsie. Decker. Oh, is the dog barking? Decker's about to break out. We're alone again, creepy. Quick! Paint the house! Quick! Establish D&D rules and we'll tick Decker off. Is Decker watching his corn grass video right now? Decker!
Quite possibly. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you hear me right now?
Yes. All right.
Okay.
So we'll just talk about other things. Hellraiser, HBO series. Hellraiser HBO TV series gets an article written, spend 12 paragraphs saying we don't know anything. There's a Hellraiser TV. Thank you, Decker.
Fine, you brought me back for it. Okay, so we got this little article up here.
Are you mad, Decker?
Yes. I was trying to put together the Live and Wired poll.
Oh. Do that, please.
Based on what exactly should the D&D movie have?
Oh.
Like things to make it a proper D&D movie. But this article here about I'm going to share a screen. I have to.
Isn't Clive Barker dead?
I hope not.
I don't know anymore. So many people keep dying.
Okay, so
Hi.
We have this over here. It says Hellraiser HBO TV series release date, trailer, and plot for the Pinhead show. Now, if there's a whole lot of things they say here, but we don't really need to worry about all of that. What's the release date for HBO's Hellraiser series? HBO hasn't set a release date. Is there a trailer for HBO's Hellraiser series? Sorry, but there won't be a trailer for a while.
Okay, Clive Barker is
what is
still
the
alive.
plot of Hellraiser? Again, we don't know much.
Also, whoever was in charge of programming the site, I'm ticked off at them. You don't use red when you have red text for your highlight.
Yeah.
This thing.
So that's what I was like. Oh, the fact that there is, the Hellraiser HBO TV series, that is cool, newsworthy. I like that. But this article still pissed me off with the way it's titled and the actual information within.
Is this like that one time when we had that whole thing about Pee Wee Herman? It was just basically his life story.
Oh God, the Pee Wee Herman biography just.
That was either my first or second episode. No, that was my first episode on here.
Oh God, I think Creepy got like 20 minutes in, and we were like, "Stop! You're only like a fifth of the way through the article."
For it to end. I was begging for it to end.
I'm surprised we didn't be like tag team. Okay, I'm out. Your turn.
Yeah.
Oh, it seems like they're going to do a Hero of the Week or Friday the 13th TV. Friday the 13th had a TV series. Decker, why didn't you cover it during your summer of Freddy versus Jason?
Because it had nothing to do with Jason.
Oh. Neither did the fourth movie.
And neither did the Nightmare on Elm Street TV series have anything to do with Freddy. Even though it was called, what, Freddy's Nightmares?
Yeah.
Neither did the second movie.
Well, a little. He was there.
He was in Freddy's Nightmares in a couple of episodes, but not many of them.
Was it Robert Englund?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. At least I got Robert Englund. Arnie Pavlov going. That's what they call journalism nowadays. Clickbait title, and that's it.
In order to have a proper D&D movie, what should the new D&D movie have? I guess let's figure this one out.
A whole moment where the players argue with the DM about bullshit happenings. Decker trying to figure out a way to fit that in.
Oh man, it has to be under 25 characters.
D&D movie pause out of okay, so figure out a way to do player arguing with DN. It's basically like
arguing with DM. Let's just plural, but yeah.
But it's like basically the movie pauses and then
Fourth
suddenly you
wall
see
argument with DM.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Number 2 has to be rule lawyering player character.
My other personal favorite. I want to say sexy bard, but that's way overdone of a trope. So sexy warlock. Warlock that must flirt with everything.
Sexy warlock.
Well, everyone always does the joke that it's always the horny bard, but a lot of people I know that play bards don't play a horny bard. But I do know a lot of people who play warlock who are a horny warlock. The types that flirt and sleep with everything.
Okay.
Sexy imp. No.
Overly horny warlock.
Yes. What's another D&D?
Fourth one.
Well, I'd make a joke, but it only works if D&D was actually played online, where basically suddenly a player drops out all of a sudden because the internet for them cut out. Which has happened.
Well, it almost is right now with redacted, and everyone's just playing.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, multiple critical fail rolls.
So many crit ones. So many nat ones.
People just keep rolling nat ones.
Sexy warlock who must flirt with everything. I'm not talking about creepy. I'm actually talking about a few people I know in real life.
Okay. So we have fourth wall argument with DM, rule lawyering character, overly horny warlock, and multiple critical fails.
Some reference to Matt Mercer. We should have put that one in there because, he is the D&D guy nowadays.
I got 30 minutes on this poll on Twitter at DeckerShadow. Starting right now, we'll be sharing the link out to the chat momentarily. Or before you hear this, depending on exactly how good your internet is.
Pavlov, excuse me. Annoyingly over-designed I'm offended. Annoyingly over-designed tieflings. You can have over-designed anything, not just tieflings, my dude. Okay? Don't be one of those a-holes who say tieflings can only be these color ranges. No, we ignore that in my table. I don't like people who be all gatekeepy about designs of characters.
Can my tiefling be pink with blue star pattern everywhere and a rainbow tail?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, what class are you going for? Because if you're going for the celestial... No, I was going to say there's the celestial...
They're going to fuck everyone.
Decker, are you just trying to get... No. Yeah, no, it was just like there are some people who
I'm gonna cast prestidigitation. Bitches love prestidigitation.
prestidigitation. Or as one table used to call it, presto, because none of us can say the full word without laughing. Presto.
Grenadier Games says, I think the D&D movie will be insufferable. Well, then that'll be the fourth one.
Mm-hmm. I mean, again, I don't know why that one, you mentioned it already, that one guy in the first D&D movie got treated like he did. May I point out? What was that one scene you did in that D&D movie where the people were taking the guy's pants? You took his money, you took his rings, and now you want to take his pants.
Yeah, that was in Gamers 1, where the thief is going up to the bar to role play, get everyone a round of drinks, and it's like, but you haven't any money. However, will you pay? Just leave that to me. And he goes up and you see one patron at the bar. I take his purse. Okay, roll it. All right, got it. Does he have any weapons on him? Yes, he has one knife. I take that too. Okay, roll it. Nice. I want to steal his pants. You're not serious. I am serious. Why do you want his pants? I don't want them. I just wanted to see if I could steal them. Okay, but you suffer a -8 penalty for difficulty.
You want fries with that? It's funny because my current campaign, I'm playing a rogue, and people keep going, you haven't stolen a single thing as a rogue. I go, if you read my backstory, I am an assassin rogue. I don't steal. Unless they're my target. And then I take their stuff. Because they ain't going to need it anymore.
Okay. So, news. We have news. New news.
You keep saying that, but...
Yes.
I keep thinking you say nude news.
Well, in the... it's still getting close to when the actual horrible death is going to be falling down on the earth. So let's talk about some horrible death they've been working on in the meantime. Doesn't have anything to do with movies or stuff, except for the fact that it's kind of like Terminator. Hey, the army is using muscle tissue in robots now.
Oh, I thought this was an actual movie, and I was about to do the military propaganda.
No, it's real.
What? Wait, they're making cyborgs.
Yes and no. It's like they don't have... They're still completely mechanical brains, but they're like, you know what? Muscles are really good at navigating terrain, a lot better at rough terrain than a wheel is, and the little walking thing works and all, but, it doesn't have a nervous system. It's hard to detect some stuff, and there's a natural squishiness to flesh. So let's synthesize some animal tissue, that stuff that Decker wants the labs to work on to make burgers out of that don't kill cows. But no, let's do that. But let's figure out a way to make it kill people. Let's put it on this robot here to make the robot better at killing people. So
they're making synths from the Fallout series.
Except made with real meat.
That's gonna smell after a while.
Because I'm pretty sure the military isn't working so hard to grow the meat off of cells on lattices. They're like, nah, it's easy. Just get the animal in here, cut off what we need, stitch it up to that. Pretty much all the horror sci-fi you've seen from like the original Prey and like Quake and shit like that. That's what the military's doing right now.
You shouldn't be questioning if you could do this. You should be questioning if you should do this. Or whatever Jeff Goldblum says.
That could be cool.
No, I wouldn't! No! No, I do not want robots made out of cow. That cow is meant for my steak, and my burgers, and my cheesesteaks.
Well, it is handy in case the military goes mad with power with their burger bots, and they're coming through, and take one out with an incendiary 50 cal round, and it automatically cooks it. Have a nice little barbecue in the middle of the battlefield.
Decker, just because I use flamethrowers on this meat box doesn't mean a barbecue. No.
If you mix in with your flamethrower fuel a little bit of spice rub,
Decker, no.
War is gonna change for the better. I swear.
Or we're gonna have the Borg.
That's a distinct possibility.
Or they're gonna rise up and basically we're gonna. Or
zombie robots, kinda.
What was that one episode of Doctor Who where the ship was made out of human parts?
It's that.
Yeah, it's that.
That's the one with
Madame the Poisson.
Instead of it being human, have it be like farm animal. Doesn't make it any less creepy. Or maybe slightly, I guess, but not by much. Not by much.
Basically, it's like going Warhammer 40k Men of Iron Revolution. If any of you guys play Warhammer, congratulations. You know more than me. Because I don't know why people think I know how to play Warhammer.
I'm like, okay, the Tyranids. I'm going to make a bunch of aliens. And, there we go. And I was like, hey, these guys, my figures, my color palette, I gave them fucking metal teeth and claws. It was awesome. You had a lot of different metal options in the Warhammer paint sets. So I gave my Tyranids metal teeth and claws.
I wanted to get a bunch of really cheap figures, like the super cheap ones, and paint some that Blackest Black that's available by Stuart Simple that basically absorbs light. And I'm like, fear the army of shadows. And then I said that, and then people go, so they're going to fight the darkness? Yes. By using light? Yes. Are you just basically making Kingdom Hearts? Yes.
The military is trying to prove the robot in the human suit from Five Nights at Freddy's sister location can actually happen.
Now I'm terrified.
Good old gamer goes, I'm surprised they haven't Wolverine Soldier's bones with. I think the reason why they haven't done the metal and the metal and human bone grafting is because it would be very weird for your body, and also the amount of metal to coat a human skeleton would be way too much for the human muscles to be able to carry around.
They are working on trying to get people to be able to telepathically talk with each other.
Oh, good. I can call Decker an idiot without even having to call him now.
I mean, technically, you do that with your face muscles already.
I mean, like, somehow I'm reading text that you have texted up, Mr. Dogecoin Adventures, and I'll be like, Decker, you idiot. Decker, you idiot. Decker, you idiot. Decker, you idiot. That's it. Mental picture of All Might Naked. Mental picture of All Might Naked. This is me punishing you.
Mental picture of creepy naked. Mental picture of creepy naked.
Meth Gator versus Zombot.
Well, now we got a crap ton of sequels. Can we first make the first movie?
We got to make Meth Gators first. Make Meth Gators first
before we can make the sequels. So yeah, we are not Three Ninjas where we just make a bunch of movies and then air them all out of order.
We're not Trauma, who can freaking shoot shit out even when redacted happens.
But let's cheer up with a little movie news.
That's not cheering me up, Decker.
No.
No one is cheered by that.
So did anyone like Faces of Death?
I can't even remember that movie.
It was just like, hey, this is a compilation of people dying for real, which wasn't entirely true. They did have some footage of real people dying.
So it's like that indie movie called ABCs of Death.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't.
But Faces of Death also didn't have all the footage of everyone dying. They just had like, hey, this happened here, that happened there. So they did reenactments and tried to still say it was real. But some of the people who died in the Faces of Death did die. I mean, everyone technically died, but like some of the things shown were actually people dying.
Yeah, it's not like Hostel. We're talking about actual people. What people thought Cannibal Holocaust was, actually, but it's not.
Yeah. But they're making a new one, but this one is for the 21st century.
Why do I have a deep bad red flag happening in my brain about really bad thing that happened in the early 2000s that basically is the reason why 50 Shades of Grey is now a thing, as well as the downfall of country music? If you get those references, good for you.
Well, no, I don't think that has anything to do with here, but the new plot revolves around a female moderator of a YouTube-like website whose job is to weed out offensive and violent content, and who herself is recovering from a serious trauma, who stumbles across a group that is recreating the murders from the original film. But in the story primed for the digital age of online misinformation, the question is, are the murders real or fake?
Artie Pavlov was like, is this going to be a TikTok found footage torture porn? I'm like, you're not far off. Although...
Yeah, but it's like, they themselves are recovering from a serious trauma. That's a thing that was mentioned in the last triple review in the Jingles the Clown section of it, where they have the traumatized character just they can't do anything.
You know,
and I mentioned how that's, you know, it's pretty clear because the way it was written, the line they said was like, "Oh, I understand." It's like, no, you don't. And like, I'm pretty sure that sounded a lot cooler when you wrote it down, but it also is very clear to someone who has suffered trauma that you yourself actually don't know.
Oh, Good Old Gamer made a good joke. You know, it's a movie because fake YouTube has actual mods.
No, that's not a joke. That's just something that's true.
Apparently, I learned about this. Allegedly, there used to actually be human moderators for certain, content, and apparently these moderators, who are human, were traumatized by some of the shit that they saw. I go, why didn't you give the humans the stuff that got flagged for something that clearly isn't something, like Decker stuff?
Yeah.
Oh
well. But there was someone in my comments who said also they had suffered some pretty heavy stuff in their lives, and they said that they're also very tired of that trope of the traumatized character who just can't with anything.
Same here.
Yeah, guys. You can suffer a lot and still live.
Yes. I keep pointing to myself because it's like, yes, I'm a prime example. Everyone's a prime example in this group.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm just like, trauma affects people in different ways. It doesn't just make people get 1,000-yard stare. Some people, like, outwardly are physically fine. Like, they can suffer extreme PTSD-inducing trauma, and they can still, like, function. It's just that when something triggers a PTSD flashback to what caused their trauma, that's when they melt down, and
the rest of the time we're either gallows humor, willing to talk about if it's a trauma that we're at that stage of acceptance and we're fine. We'll be willing to talk about it.
It's funny because like I've had points where I'm just discussing my own history and things, like thoughts I've been having, things that have just come up and stuff. And I was talking to my fiance about it. And I'm just saying like this, that, that had happened with this and that and that. And then she'll start crying. And she'll be like, "Oh my God, I feel that was so horrible." She's feeling that bad from the story I'm telling. And in the meantime, I'm there like, "No, it's fine. It's cool. I'm over it now. It's not happening right now. I'm good. Like I'm okay. We are here. This is a good place."
Yeah, it's like I remember I was mentioning.
I feel bad making her cry like that.
Yeah, I remember mentioning because there was this jerk video on TikTok about girls saying that they hate men, and they go, "What about your dad?" And I, as my snarky commenty self, talked about the horrible shit my biological sperm donor did to me. Not been in my life until I was 22, insulted my job, the gaslighting. Did I mention the gaslighting? And, like that. And people commented like, "Oh my God, are you fine?" I'm like, I'm fine. If I wasn't at a stage willing to talk about this thing, I would be.
Yeah, Decker and I have gotten into
Tiny Wolf
conversations, and Decker, like some of the things that Decker has been through, like made my eyes bulge. But then I would go into like some of the things that I've been through, and Decker was just like, "Holy shit, man!" and like I've had people like stop and stare, get like this eye bulging stare when I'm describing some things about it, and they're just like, "Oh my God!" And I'm just like. Yeah, I mean, it was like it was like years ago, decades at this point. This is just, for me, this is just something that happened, a long time ago. I mean, it's bad. I don't deny that it's bad. It's just that by that point, I mean, it doesn't really, I mean, I'm like, it was a bad thing that happened to me, but it was a bad thing that happened to me almost 40 years ago. So I'm not really... as broken up about it now as I was, say, when I was in my 20s or something,
Yeah. I was going to say, I remember telling a close friend of mine, because I made a joke with him once going, "Congratulations, you've unlocked some of my backstory," which is a thing I say to friends. When I'm at that stage, I'm willing to talk. And I talked about him. And then he hears that I type message it, ... Please tell me you're making this up because this is too fucked up to be true. And I'm like, no. And he's like, are you okay? Again, fine.
Yeah.
I'm at the stage willing to talk to you about this, and I deem you close enough of a person to hear this traumatic bit of my life.
Right.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
And then he goes, although he did go, well, that might explain a couple of your problems. Hey!
Actually, let me think about it. More than once, like, you know, like I would make friends with someone, and like some of my eccentricities, we'll call them, you know, were like a little off-putting for them. And then they would meet my parents and my family. And more than once, I swear, more than once this happened. Like after I would be like, so, like once we were like not around them anymore after we had left, and I would be like, so, what'd you think? And there would be this dead silence for a minute, and then they would just blink, and then they would go, I had all these questions about how you got to be the kind of person you are now. Suddenly, I'm no longer curious. Yeah. I heard that statement made like multiple times. I think I've heard it like 3 different times. The last time I actually beat them to it, I was like they were like, I had all these questions about how you got to be the kind of person you are now, and suddenly you're no longer curious. Yeah, never heard that one before.
Oh, I'm sorry about it. Griminator. Sooner or later, hopefully, I'm not saying it will, but hopefully it will be better. You will not be cured, but you will be better. Although I did remember once making a joke going, the only trauma that I still have problems with is, you know, when I hurt my back so badly when I was 13 years old and now I have to use a cane. And they go, and I go, okay. And then I have to explain what happened. And they go, and you're going to make jokes about that? You're basically like, yes. Yeah. Hi, meet my cane. I use it sometimes as a protection, as a weapon. Legally, I cannot say that.
For a birthday present, we need to get Kat a sword cane so that she cannot walk and stab people at the same time.
For the sake of the legality in Florida, you cannot have a concealed sword cane as a weapon.
But if it's concealed, they technically, I mean, you'd have to use it before anyone would really know.
Also, sword canes, they're not the best, actually, when it comes to holding heavy weight.
Technically speaking, unless they have a warrant, no one's allowed to take your cane and search it.
Well, again, as I was going to say, sword canes aren't great for heavy people to use to put pressure on.
Oh.
You know, it's a thing that skinny people, you can put pressure on it all you want. Me? No.
But it's like there's a reason why you have the paper bag over the alcohol. It's not just a movie thing, but people actually do that because you're not legally allowed to drink alcohol in public.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
like
yes.
not on public streets and stuff. Like in a pub, yes, but it just out and about on a public street, just walking down the sidewalk drinking or sitting on the side drinking. Technically, that's illegal.
Right.
But if it's completely opaque and you can't see what it is, it doesn't matter if you know damn well that's alcohol. If you can't see it, police aren't legally allowed to say, show me what's in that, and take that and looky here, it's alcohol. I knew it. They're not allowed to do that without a warrant.
Also,
so unless you offer it up yourself.
I was going to say to Shauna, I've had that same reaction too when I talked about the sweatshop of God.
So I remember whenever I go buy a giant beer, they're like, "Would you like this in a paper bag?" I'm like, "No, I'm not that bad
yet." But yeah, Shauna, I had the same thing when I told people like, oh yeah, I did this thing at my church where we had to make, craft projects in mass for stuff. And they're like, that's not normal. It's not?
Cane gun.
Okay, 1, those are a pain in the ass to load. 2, those things are not accurate as hell. And 3, no! I don't feel like reenacting loading muskets.
If you have like little sights pop up and you get it working right, and you have rifling in the cane.
Oh, God. Decker,
although I'm imagining Kat walking around with a cane gun and the James Bond theme is playing. Dum, dum.
No, the problem is that cane gun is going to be like Dark Temptation rising to shoot this asshole in front of me. That's why we don't give me a cane gun. I'll stick to the solid wood ones, thank you very much, that I can accidentally trip guys with, and I should actually show my cane.
When am I going to finish reviewing the Candyman series? Should not be too much longer. now that I'm actually getting back to doing a video a week, I might take a week off at one point or another if I need a break, but I am able to actually do my work again. And I'm so happy about that. I can write, scripts can be finished, and then I can film and edit them. And
I leave for a second, and Decker's in a weird euphoric state. Creepy, what did you do? I forgot my cane is currently in my mom's truck, and I do not want to have to deal with getting it out of my mom's truck right now, because I keep it in there, because usually she's the one who drives me everywhere. So I was just like, yeah. I was going to show you the top of it, because it technically looks like a shillelagh top. You know. So I could kneecap someone if I wanted to. This is awkward conversation. Can we please get rid of the silence? It's killing me inside.
Sure.
Right.
So we want to talk about 3 movies that I'm excited for?
News. We'll cover news, and then we'll talk about the 3 movies. Compromise?
Okay. Also, Vampire Hunter D Lover, yes, there is one crossover that Decker and I will be doing soon.
There is.
Creepy.
There is.
I was about to say, creep. Can you whack? Yes, I've actually done that at a convention. I did that at a convention once. I did whack someone with my cane. He called me the R word and the C word because I was walking too slowly at a convention where we were already walking slow. So, I stepped to the side and may or may not have, stuck my cane out a little bit, and he tripped over it. So technically I have done some things with my cane.
I just get to go right into the face and break his teeth. Something.
I can't do that. If I do the whole cane slip outage, I can clearly say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Accident."
Oh.
See, I'm trying to legally get away with things.
Well, just be like, and be like, "Oh, sorry, that's just a
spasm."
Yeah.
War. I was in the war. Which war? You don't want to know. Secret Wars.
Oh, the war.
The Secret Wars. What Secret
War?
War?
I still remember. It happened again. Oh, sorry.
Oh, God, the 20-foot bugs. The 20-foot bugs! Oh, God, there's 1,000 of them!
Oh, yes, that war.
The EDF war. Don't you worry. There's never been a war.
Anyway. So, what news? So something else has risen from the grave.
When you're telling someone you think is an amusing anecdote, and you look at the crowd and go, "What? I lived," which is basically the thing with the back injury. They're like, "How are you not in a wheelchair? Did you not hear the part where the paramedics clearly said it's a miracle that I didn't break?"
I had someone ask me once, "How are you not arrested more often?"
My mom knows every cop in the police force, therefore I couldn't get away with anything because I was more fearful of my mother than the cops.
I can understand that, but for me it was just, the trick is to commit crimes that are so confusing that the police are too embarrassed to fill reports out on them.
Yeah. So the moral to this cat's tripping story is don't mess with this cat or you're going to get claws or just really bad luck. Yeah.
Okay. Ow.
Awesome.
Friction, Decker. Friction. Isn't a wonderful thing? You learned about friction. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, but that makes your hands feel better up north, but down south it's just like, now they're on fire. Why did I do that?
Have you ever rubbed your hands so hard you get those little black curly things on your hands? It's like little... Are we gonna have to talk about trauma again?
I just realized, okay, keeping Decker focused was bad enough. Now I have to keep Decker and Kat focused on something.
You have two kids. You have 2 kids who have ADHD in the group. Well, at least I do. I don't know if Decker's diagnosed.
So anyway, E3 is back. Does anyone absolutely remember E3? Like, does anyone remember that E3 was a thing?
I remember it going downhill and downhill and downhill, and like before the pandemic, Jeff Keighley was already like, "Yeah, I ain't going this year."
Yeah, I remember watching when I was in tech school. We were watching a whole documentary about the making of what is it? Age of Empires 3. And there's a whole section dedicated to E3 going, we have to stop production now and work on our E3 presentation. Our E3 presentation is again, this is 10 plus years ago. Our E3 presentation is very important. If we fail at this presentation, this game will not succeed. That is how much grip E3 had when it was only journalists and the game makers and one bad presentation, even if your game was the greatest game on the planet, would fuck you over.
Yeah. You remember, I mean, like, it got so bad, but then it went from being, like you said, Kat, like, back in the 90s and early 2000s, it was like you had to be a member of the press or work for a gaming company to get inside. But, like, when you got inside, it was like you saw all of the shit that was coming out in the next year or two.
Yeah,
like, it was like Wonderland for gaming nerds. It was like it was Amsterdam for gaming nerds. Okay?
Yes. Everyone said and I know a lot of people say when E3 got open to the public and non-important, non-journalists and non-game companies, that's when E3 went down because they were so focused on entertaining the normies instead of covering the news. There was a period where the coverage was important, but then E3 just became another convention, which is kind of a problem.
Right, because E3 didn't start out as a typical gaming convention. It was
just like
showcase what was coming up in the gaming industry in the next year or so.
The Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Exactly.
And then that was just like what Comic-Con was. Comic-Con was basically Comic-Con was actually not talking about movies and shit until like a lot later in its life, but still. But Comic-Con, again, serious place of serious news, of serious nerddom. And then it became that. And we're not complaining about that because I do not hate that, but still.
It didn't work as well for E3, though.
Bingo.
E3 basically tried to keep the same format, tried to be the same as it was before, but appeal to the people who were paying to get in instead of the journalists. And it kind of became a self-defeating process.
Yeah. It also did, and again, like I said, E3 was infamous for you have to, Decker, I knew you were going to do it. Take a shot! Anyway, no, and again, the documentary taught me one thing about E3. E3 will halt gaming production so you can make a presentation of the game you are still technically working on.
Bingo.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people are like, oh my God, what do you mean? All the journalists said that Cyberpunk 2077 looked absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, because the presentation looked good.
Yeah, the presentation, the vertical slice. The vertical slice is not from the game. It's a different project put together that's supposed to be what they're aiming for in the game. And it's a lot easier to make things look impressive on a smaller scale. But they're literally making like a 5-minute game.
Right.
You know how
of something that's supposed to be a 200-hour world.
Yeah, you know how like trailers for movies look a lot better than movies sometimes, or like the Cats musical trailer, how it looked suddenly a lot better than the actual musical, and
Halo 2 is one of the big examples of the team spent all of their production time leading up to E3 working on that vertical slice to show off these absolutely amazing graphics, this absolutely incredible section of the game to go through and do all kinds of stuff. And it was playable, and they were playing it on the show floor. And it just blew everyone's mind about this amazing game coming out. And then it came time to actually make the game, and they realized a couple of problems. Number one,
they hadn't worked on it.
They hadn't done dick on the game, and now they had to make the entire damn thing. Number two, they had, 7 months to do it? Number three, the scope they were going for, they were not going to be able to pull off all those nifty graphical effects that they put in together for the showcase, like all the real-time shadow and the casting things they had going. Really impressive for the Xbox. Was done in Chronicles of Riddick on Xbox and Doom
nice.
3, but they were not able to do it on time with the scope they were going for with Halo 2, with those kind of large levels.
Right.
Another prime example I love to use for presentation completely different than game. Spore.
Oh, God.
Decker died. Okay.
I was losing my mind when they first showed off Spore. Like, holy shit, this looks so amazing, great stuff. And it's like, and here's the part where you're a fish. That wasn't in the game.
Yeah. Oh, did you watch the presentation with Robin Williams doing it?
Oh no.
Oh, it is great. You can watch that presentation and you can see like this was not in the game, but it's still entertaining, and the only reason why is because of Robin Williams.
Right. I do have something to say. Kat, Decker, I have a better example than either of those though.
The Fable series cannot win that. Daikatana!
Daikatana. So for those of you who don't know, don't remember, or wish
Did that get a vertical slice put together for E3?
I want to say that, no. I'm thinking they had some kind of presentation put together for E3 like 2 years in a row, and they kept saying, "Yeah, the game is definitely coming out this year." And this was like from 1997 to the year 2000 when the game actually came out, you know. And this was while they had all of the investors coming in saying, you know, where's the fucking game you promised? It's been 3 damn years. And yeah, it's still, you know, like I said, it took John Romero began Ion Storm. He basically got a bunch of money together by saying, "Hey, I made Doom and Quake. I'm awesome. Give me your cash." And
suck it in how bad this game is.
Yeah, people actually bought it, though. I mean, people actually, at the time, John Romero was considered, you know, a big deal. So people
John Romero is going to make you his bitch.
They
weren't specific as to how.
Yeah, we were his bitch because we gave money to him.
Exactly.
Hey, Decker, question. We reviewed the Dead Snow movies 1 and 2. Just wondering what's Dead Snow and why do I feel sad?
God, Dead Snow. It sounds so familiar. I know it's something. Is that the one with the killers? The Yeti, like a different one with the Yeti? Is that or?
Yeah.
I know Snow Beast. There's another Snow Beast, and I really got to do that one.
Oh yeah, like
Snow Beast is one of those classic Decker Shadow reviews.
Yes, I know, Mister. You compared it to Jaws like how many times?
It was fucking Jaws on. There's no. And that's what our competitor Meth Gator is looking like they're doing with their movie. It's going to be Jaws with meth.
Yeah.
And Gator.
And a Gator, yeah. But yeah.
But they also say they got Guy Fieri to do the Cajun Cookout, so, you know, good on them for that. If they
I want a Guy Fieri at ours. No Man's Sky is another good example, but
are they actually going to get Guy Fieri, though, or are they going to follow Guy Fieri around with a camcorder, wait for him to, like, cook in his house and, like, edit that together and make it look like we got
as someone was saying, another example was No Man's Sky. That's not on E3's fault. That's on Microsoft's. Microsoft was trying to get that game out for a certain time of the year when sales, you know.
Wasn't Sony the...
Sony. Sorry. I got my games mixed up. The companies all look the same to me after a while at my old age.
They did show off their little presentations, and a lot of the stuff that they showed off, like, here's all this work running in real time, and this does this, and this does that. A whole ton of that looked way different in the final product.
Yeah. I just remember Geek Remix, who I was watching, who did No Man's Sky, was like, every fucking planet I have land on looks like penis mushrooms. I need to get laid, but come on!
But yeah,
Star Citizen is just a scam.
What SimCity 4? Or is it SimCity? Which is the one that you were required to have internet connected and basically your cities could be affected by other players?
I think it was just called SimCity. SimCity 4 was like the last good SimCity.
Okay, it must have been...
Yeah.
And then they came out with SimCity Societies, which was but then there was, I think it was just called SimCity.
Yeah. But
and then
the Daikatana movie took forever to get out. It finally did come out, and it was basically a beta game that took 3 years for them to make and never get out of beta. And I remember Decker telling me that his copy didn't even run right. He couldn't even play the game on his computer because it wouldn't boot up properly when he put.
I think I have another game, but I don't know if anyone remembers this. And I don't know
John Romero made me his bitch.
Yeah. Very well. Okay, so there's a game I have that I remember in my childhood, and I don't know if it actually had an E3 presentation, but I remember it being advertised.
Take it, John.
Yoink. Wait, is there a 20 in there? Gimme.
That's several 20s in there. Well,
Gimme.
No, that's a 20 in there. Okay, I'm poorer than I thought.
No, so there was a video game. It's known as Dungeon Lords, and apparently a ton of people were looking forward to this game. Presentation for it was awesome. I don't know if it had an E3 presentation or it had gaming magazine presentations. It's a beta mess and it's horrible, and the only way to play it decently now is to actually buy it on Steam because apparently there's a patch that you need because if you don't have the patch, it dies!
Oh, yeah, by the way, just putting this out there, can I tell everyone who says that money can't buy happiness to shut the hell up?
Money can buy me a jet ski, which will make me happy.
The concept of money not buying happiness, I've been thinking about that. It's kind of missing the fucking point.
Money
It's
can buy.
not that a lot people who say, "Gee, I really wish I had some money here," are like, "I feel sad, and I think having more dollars will change that." That's generally not what the problem is. It's you might have heard the statistic that like 40% of all Americans can't afford a $400 emergency expense.
Yeah.
That's the heart of the thing. There are people who are constantly under stress from the sword of Damocles above them that if anything in their life fucks up, anything, the whole house of cards comes tumbling down. They might end up homeless. Their family might kick them out. Shit can go really wrong really fast, and they have no fucking way of knowing it. It's not just, hey, a hurricane tornado came by and destroyed my house, and now I have to schlep for a few months until I get it to build a new one.
Right.
It's a punk kid slashed my tires. Now I can't get to work. Now I lost my job. Now I lost my electricity. Now I lost my house.
Yeah, that's what people need to understand. Money buys me financial stability and peace of mind, and that's happy.
The fact that for the last year I've been able to just, if I'm hungry and I want a Whataburger, I can just go get it and I don't even have to think about it in the budget. That is such an amazing load off my mind that whenever I hear someone say money can't buy happiness, it's like, try being broke.
Yeah, I was about to say, you see the thing that got replaced? Thank you, people who commissioned me and gave me money to help me replace this thing, by the way, last year. Trust me, I did not have savings to buy this thing, and now, due to this experience, I'm making sure I have emergency money. That keeps getting lower and lower due to someone, Decker, recommending me to get Game Pass. Decker!
Sorry. I'll help you with that.
You notice the people who say money can't buy happiness are the people who don't need money, or the people who have a lot of money. You know?
Yeah, but I've been homeless. It sucks. Yes, it does.
0 out of 10 would not recommend.
No.
I've had to help friends with financial issues with emergency medical care because, their appendix decided to burst one day.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
It's so funny. Have you ever read how much it costs for a woman to give birth in an American hospital?
Oof.
Yeah, that's all you have to say.
What is it like? Was it a $700? Was it $300 or $700 charge to hold the baby afterwards?
I thought it was $9. I thought it was $900.
Well, either way, it's because it's considered a medical thing. Because hey, if you don't do it, the baby will die. So they need skin-to-skin contact after being born. So because it's a medical thing, even though it's literally just here is your child, we're going to place them on you.
Have baby.
You hold your baby, even though you are clearly doing this. It's still they're performing a medical thing, and therefore they got to charge you out the ass for it.
Yeah, Vampire D Hunter pointed out. Can I express an example to Decker's little money can't buy happiness argument? How about people that keep getting their rug pulled out from under them so much they might as well just stay on their backs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. It's like, and anyone who goes, "Oh, money can't buy happiness." It can buy me a certain little item I can't say on YouTube, which can make me feel really, really euphoric afterwards. It can buy happiness.
I'd say that the big argument of money can't buy happiness generally misses the point because it's not supposed to buy happiness. It's supposed to stop you from just feeling a constant sense of dread every waking moment of your life.
What were you saying, Creepy?
I asked if, Kat, are you doing the thing that I told you to do that I can't say on...
Yeah, I can't get the Series X right now, so...
Yeah.
I've been having a pain in the ass to refill this thing, though, because I need a funnel to put the stuff into the thing to put it into that.
Gotcha. Okay. But it seems to be working. I mean, for you, this is calm.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yes. I did love it because I had to talk to. Sorry,
Lou is asking to go outside again.
We'll talk about therapy.
Okay, so I might be coming back to just Cat because it's not long for this world for.
Oh! That's right. I haven't told. Did Decker freeze?
Oh, no, I'm waiting.
No, I'll be here for the whole show. My godmother is retiring from her job at Walmart.
Nice. I gotta walk the dog. See you in a second.
Okay, fine. Me and Creepy can talk about therapy.
All right.
Money can buy therapy, which can help you with your trauma, which will make you have the gallows humor, which will make you feel better.
Yeah.
No, as I was gonna say, I was gonna talk about like one person just like, oh, how about in order to help you with your happiness, you take 30-minute walks. I'm like, did you not hear the part where I had a back injury and I can't do that without a cane and not feeling like I'm going to die inside? I keep making this face. I keep feeling like I'm that one freaking meme of Nicolas Cage. Put Decker. I can't put Decker in Game Pass prison. I'm also in prison with him because I got Game Pass. Luckily, my mom helped me figure out financials, and it is possible for me to do it.
Okay.
Yes, okay. Anyway. We could talk about that one thing Decker didn't put on the thing that I want to talk about, which involves the Muppets.
Yes, go ahead and talk about that. And then when Decker comes back, we can talk about that thing that I wanted to talk about.
And
that
torture
everyone
Decker.
has been putting off.
What? What are we putting off?
The movies that are coming out this summer that I'm actually kind of excited to see.
Oh, right.
I'm a little bit embarrassed. I am moderately embarrassed that I am excited, but at the same time, I am excited.
I promise no more Noid talk. I will not talk about the evil that is the Noid. I'm kidding. So you guys know what the Muppets are? Yeah? You guys know what the Haunted Mansion is, which is one of my favorite rides in Disney?
I do know what that is too.
I think it's my favorite. Yeah, it's my favorite because what was number one is no longer existing anymore. Thanks, Disney.
What was number one?
Journey to Imagination with Dreamfinder.
Oh, right. You said that before. I do. I have seen that. I did go to see that once. That's a 3D show. Yeah.
Yeah. No, not the Doctor, not the EO, Captain EO thing. No, the actual ride itself. I'll send video.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than what they currently have, and who knows what they're doing currently with the current version. Anyway, so Haunted Mansion, one of my favorite rides at Disney. Their Muppets are doing a special Haunted Mansion themed special that will come out this fall. Yay! Ow! Don't do that, cat. You got shot in the arm with Madeira. Don't do that, Medora. The one Dolly Parton.
You got vaccinated. Yeah. You got vaccinated. Well, there's that.
Step 1 vaccination. Step 2 happens in June.
Right.
My arm still hurts a bit though. But yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah, I'm really excited for this Haunted Mansion special because I'm really curious what they're going to do. Are they going to make Muppet iconic characters from the Haunted Mansion? Are they going to talk about Haunted Mansions in other Disney parks, aka the one in France, which I would kill to go to, which has Vincent Price doing the voiceover? Vincent! Damn. Yeah, he does the voiceover. And I'm like, I want to go. I've heard the ride. I've heard the audio for the Vincent Price one. It's so good. The guy for the One to America is also great, but the Vincent Price one is so good. We don't talk about the movie. We do not talk about the hunt. Also, I know that there's rumors of Guillermo del Toro wanting to do a Haunted Mansion movie and connect all the Haunted Mansions using Madame Leota, which makes sense because Madame Leota is in all the versions of the Haunted Mansion. Even the one in France. So I'm like, yes. I would love a Guillermo del Toro Haunted Mansion movie.
That would be good. I admit it. That would be good.
I think he'd be the best for it because he can do dark and comedy, which is important when you're doing Haunted Mansion. That was the problem with the movie. They focused all on comedy and making it No, dark humor.
Yeah.
Come on.
Ironically, even though it is a Disney ride, I don't think Disney is suited to do a Haunted Mansion movie. And I know how weird that sounds. I'm aware of that. But it's just,
I know.
Whenever Disney, and I say this, I mean, like, Disney does have a problem with their demographic in that it is their branding label and it's the thing that makes them the most money, but at the same time, it's also the thing that kind of holds them back. But why
they made Touchstone.
Yeah, and that's why they made Touchstone. Touchstone Pictures is a branch of Disney, but they made it because they had all these Disney scripts that were good ideas for movies, that were good scripts, but they couldn't make them because they didn't fit into the Disney label. So Touchstone Pictures were a way to sidestep that whole thing. But at the same time, whenever Disney tries to move outside of that branding label, it's like this weird, awkward adolescent dance for them. Like
you mean like Stay Alive?
Yeah, like Stay Alive or The Black Cauldron. Great movie. I do like The Black Cauldron as a movie. I mean, I know.
Did someone say awkward?
This book series hates this movie. I get it. But at the same time, I like the movie well enough. But also it does feel kind of weird as a Disney movie.
Someone made a joke once going, Disney will never acknowledge Touchstone movies unless it's The Nightmare Before Christmas, and then they will never stop talking about it.
Yeah.
We got the results of the Twitter poll.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Good.
Sorry,
Okay.
we were talking about the Haunted Mansion Muppet special that we're excited for, and then we were talking about Haunted Mansion movies, and Guillermo del Toro should direct a Haunted Mansion movie. He's actually interested. That's the thing that makes me really happy, because if we were just saying, oh, I want this director, I'm like, who cares? But now that we know that he actually would be interested in doing something like this, I'm like, sign him up, please, please. He does great with this type of shit.
Yes, we got 50 votes, and we have a pretty close little result here. So the Live and Wired poll today was, what should the new D&D movie have? At 14%, coming in at the end at 4th place, is the rule lawyering character.
Oh, you?
Yes, I am not going to be in the movie. But at 2nd place, we have a tie with 26% on both the multiple critical fails and the overly horny warlock, meaning at number 1, the fourth wall argument with the dungeon master wins with 34% of the vote.
This is what happens if we actually made a D&D movie. I'll be like, one character, most likely character by me, going, hold up, that's bullshit. You and I both know this.
Actually, this is what would happen today if the characters from the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon show were made into a movie. Whenever the little bald, white-haired elf guy shows up to give them a riddle, they're just like, okay, you're going to start talking to us straight or we're going to put holes in you.
It's like, wait, repeat that riddle. Pulls out phone. There is this joke where it's like, it's really hard for DMs to do puzzles that will be easy for players to do, and they have to pick up children's puzzles. I'm like, darling, it's not that hard. Says the girl who has made a puzzle that stumped her players once, and they're like, why? Like, it's not that hard. It's from, I used I can't remember what it is, but it was basically the answer is a hole in the barrel. That is the answer to the riddle. And it is from that episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? The first episode. It was the riddle I got from there. And I'm like, it's easy. It's simple. Why can no one get this? Oh my God.
I've stumped an entire D&D campaign with a riddle that I got from Batman, the animated series.
Those are from the Riddler. Only Batman can solve them.
I have billions of eyes, yet I live in darkness. I have millions of ears, but only 4 lobes. I have no muscle, yet I move 2 hemispheres. What am I?
I don't know. I haven't seen that. But what's the answer?
The brain.
Oh.
Yeah, it has billions of optic and auditory nerves, 4 lobes, and 2 hemispheres.
Well, that's the difference between an optic and auditory nerve versus
God.
eyes and ears.
See, that's why Decker isn't at your table. I still love telling.
Decker that would be Decker both out of character and in character.
Decker, you're
with the dragon statue that gave him the riddle while arguing with me.
Decker's the wizard who will be because wizards are the big major. Wizards and artificers are like the 2 bigger nerdy characters. Let's be honest here.
Mm-hmm.
You would be arguing with the Sphinx, going, "Well, that makes no sense. How can babies don't know?" You know what walks 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the evening, 3 legs,
1 leg at night. No human being grows that fast.
That's Decker's argument, right?
That would be Decker.
Excuse me, Miss Sphinx. That's wrong.
Yeah,
Babies.
And then the Sphinx jumps down off of the altar and mauls you.
Or the Sphinx just jumps.
So has the thing started crashing down yet?
What thing?
The rocket ship.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
We were laughing, and I kind of forgot about that.
I do love telling people that there was in the 1980s a D&D movie, a D&D cartoon, and then I find people watch it, and I get message going, they fucking fought Tiamat the first episode? What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
These are level 1 characters fighting Tiamat! What sick twisted DM is this?
This is set for re-entry incoming hours, to say an hour ago. Guys, like...
Also,
do any of... Yeah?
Sorry. Also, Kat, I know a lot of people dislike this character, but I actually liked the character of Eric in that show. Here is why. Eric is the one who is asking all of the right questions. Why are we here? Who is this guy who keeps feeding us riddles? Why does he never give us a straight answer? Why can't he just zap us home since he seems so powerful? You know, what does he really want from all of us? Eric is the one who is asking all of these questions that the rest of these kids really should at least start thinking about. But
yeah, it's like even most characters, when you're doing a character, you have the why are you doing this? Who, what, when, where, why, the basic thing.
Yeah, and like Eric is the one who is asking all of this, and he's constantly being told, shut up, And I was like, and I mean, no, there were times when he was a dick sometimes. I don't disparage that. I don't argue with that. He was a dick sometimes, and I don't argue the fact that, he wasn't always right. That was what made him interesting. But Eric did ask a lot of questions that I feel like the show kind of had to ignore. And the reason this falls into the whole reason why he was in the show in the first place, it was an executive mandate. Moral watchdog groups were saying that the had to learn from the show was the group is always right, the complainer is always wrong. Something that the head showrunner thought was both disturbing and kind of sick.
Yeah. So, also, Griminator Games. Yes, there is a Godzilla. Now, Artie pointed out the Tarrasque. But no, there is actually homebrew where they actually homebrewed a bunch of dinosaurs beyond the ones that are currently in the D&D campaign. And the final page is Godzilla. Don't ask how hard it is to find.
Which Godzilla? We're talking TriStar Godzilla?
Making me have to break out my dang D&D book, which has a freaking thing.
Godzilla, Heisei Godzilla, Millennium Godzilla, Legendary Godzilla.
Okay, Jurassic Encounters. There's the handbook. Give me a second. Can't believe you're making me actually look this up.
There's a lot of different Godzillas and a lot of different things. When I had to calculate how much energy you would get from Godzilla P.
How much would you get?
Actually, according to Decker, there is enough energy in Godzilla P to run a large city.
Bonus monster, Godzilla. It's the guy in the rubber suit.
Yeah.
Not the guy in the rubber suit. It's the... Yeah, it's guy in the rubber suit kind, I think. Hold on, I'll send you a picture.
There's lots of guy in rubber suit Godzillas.
That's why
Heisei and Millennium Era Godzillas.
Decker, I can't identify eras, okay? I'm not that deep into Godzilla's cloaca.
There's also Shin Gojira also still has guy in rubber suit parts.
Okay, look at the picture and you try to tell me which Godzilla that is. It's in the group chat. Also with the corn grass video.
Okay, that looks like Heisei era.
All right.
You can tell from the spines; they're a lot more pronounced.
Fun fact: it is considered a gargantuan monstrosity and chaotic neutral. Actually, that makes sense. Okay. Anyway, Creepy, what movies are you looking forward to in the summer? We promised we talked.
All freaking night. As someone in the comment section pointed out, thank you, Vampire Hunter D Lover. So, do I need to link an article to verify what I'm about to say? Because I know of several.
I believe in you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyway, so movies are coming to Netflix this summer. 3 of them, in fact. They were originally going to be in theaters, but with the pandemic, they decided, we'll just put them on Netflix. That's the cool thing to do now anyway.
Or Hulu.
Spiral's coming to theaters somehow.
Yeah, so did
Fear
anyone
Street.
actually hear me, or was Decker just talking over me the whole time?
I was
Fear
talking over you
Street.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Decker, you're talking over me. Gosh darn it.
No. Anyway. For those of you who don't know, I've talked about this on Live and Wire before, but Fear Street is a novel series by R.L. Stine. More people know him as the guy who did Goosebumps, but before he was famous for Goosebumps, he did a series called Fear Street about a haunted city in a small town in Ohio where if you were a teenager, you lived on this street, lived near this street, knew someone who lived on this street, or happened to just, go to this street by accident, you were probably going to die horribly before the book was over with. Or at the very least, you'd end up cursed, haunted, stalked by a serial killer, or one of your best friends would turn out to be evil.
What book are they going to base it on?
Actually, none of them. It's going to be 3 new original stories, although R.L. Stine is said to have had a lot of influence on the writing for it, which makes a lot of sense because before R.L. Stine became famous for Fear Street, he wrote for a little show on TV called Eureka's Castle. So he does have some experience with screenplay writing. So Fear Street is going to be made into 3 different movies. The first film will take place in the 90s. The second film will take place in the late 70s, I think it was, and the final film will take place in the 1600s. But
in the what hundreds?
1600s.
There's a joke here going, the reason why they didn't do a modern one is because of cell phones.
Actually, that is entirely possible. Although the series was famous for, being in the 90s and the pre-cell phone era. So, I mean, and nostalgia is big right now. So maybe they were thinking they would capitalize on Stranger Things just like everybody else, including Ghostbusters. Because
we don't talk about that. I'm not mad.
Yeah. Also, Julia Goodwin, yes, R.L. Stine he wrote for Eureka's Castle. In fact, the character Batley was based off of his son because his son was nearsighted and he had a bad habit of walking into things. And whenever he would walk into something and fall, he would get back up and say, "I meant to do that." And so he based.
That's where you got that habit from?
So he based the character of Batley off of his son. Yeah. Batley's thing in Eureka's Castle was to fly into things and then get back up, dust himself off, and say, "I meant to do that."
That's where I got that habit from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I used to watch Eureka's Castle, religiously.
Yeah.
Who's Jack? Decker, when did you get a Jack in your team? That's better.
But yeah, they're making 3 Fear Street movies. They are going to be on Netflix, and they are going to be released in June, July, August, if the stories are true. Also, I would love to do a Fear Street drinking game to all of these movies. Yes.
No, I have to write down new. I'm still trying to refine our dogma drinking. Actually, no, it's not that hard. It's a Google Doc. But do you remember me working on the dogma drinking game?
Actually,
and then everything collapsed.
And now we're on this system.
Yeah, but yeah, I want to do a Stephen. I'll tell you what. We would only have 3 rules. We would only have 3 rules for drinking. Take a shot every time a slasher / every time a horror movie cliche happens. Take a shot. Every time a reference to R.L. Stine or Fear Street happens, which I'll be providing for this. Every time something that's a reference to the book series happens or R.L. Stine, take a shot. And the third one will be. Every time a teenager dies. Every time a teenager dies.
Every time the body count rises.
Yes, right.
Okay, so I'm just gonna need to get an IV in me and just connect it to the Jack Daniels bottle.
Yeah, Eddie heard I know it just did not go well, and it completely screwed my channel for a little bit.
It's fixed now. Sooner or later, we'll try to do it again.
Yes. The last video didn't do gangbuster numbers, but I didn't think it was going to, and it still did respectably.
And yet you did how many videos and 0 copyright claims? That's the part that makes me happy.
Six different pieces of movie footage used. 6 different movies had at least some of their footage used in that video. Not 1 copyright claim.
I'm very proud of you, Doug.
Jezbo's one. I am on Vimeo now.
Take a shot. It's water, people. I'm not that dumb.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I want us to do a game to all 3 Fear Street movies. I'm really excited for that.
I am too.
Like I said, we only need 3 rules. Whenever.
But then we have to have to write down a list of all the horror movie tropes, at least the popular ones, because there are some.
Kat,
oh yeah,
we have Decker here.
Oh yeah, hi Decker.
Yeah.
We also have TV
where
tropes.
You are, Kat. Think about where you are. And
in my room?
And you have me here for all of the Fear Street tropes, so you know that I am going to point those out.
So I get to do nothing in this case, except for keep track of how many shots you've done.
Bingo.
I'm just going to be like, there we go.
See, doesn't
Decker,
this go well? Oh, and better still, we can plug Meth Gators all summer long.
Yay, more meth.
Seth Warwick, sex scenes count as horror movie tropes. Yeah, the teenagers who are having sex. So yeah.
The original soap opera. No, it's not. No, the dogma drinking game isn't bad. The problem was there were so many rules. I was like, I did not feel in good conscience to keep all the rules, so I had to edit ones out that I definitely know would not be ones we would care about. Like, anytime a movie done by Kevin Smith is referenced. Well, we don't know all of those movies. Anytime you see a guy, you know. What? I don't know every Kevin Smith movie. What? Decker? Are you mad that I edited down the drinking list? You know every reference.
Everyone up to Dogma, at least.
I was about to say, we would have to do up to Dogma. I highly doubt they referenced Tusk in this movie. No, there was like other ones like, take a shot every time you could recognize like some weird, oddly specifics that are definitely, it was only going to be one shot, so it was like, I'm just going to remove these.
Yeah. Anyway.
Also, why is Creepy's insignia in the corner that I worked very hard on?
Oh, right.
Because I was talking.
There we go.
Well, you finally figured that out. The only problem is my insignia that I worked very hard on is too big.
Yes.
I gotta make new insignias for us, don't I?
There's the overlay thing, but the only thing I did with that so far is this.
Decker?
I like it.
I know, it's wonderful, but it's blocking Creepy's face, and that's a little rude. Just a little bit, don't you think?
There.
Now it represents Creepy. Is that your representation now, Decker?
Yes.
That dog is too small to be Lou. It looks like a hamster.
Well, true. I mean, Charlie also said that, but I still like it.
I'm not saying
I also don't have facial hair, but that's.
Listen, when you do cute cartoons like this with those expressions, you don't do characters with facial hair.
Yeah.
It covers up the expression.
Yeah. Although it's very great if you're ever going into ventriloquism because your beard covers your mouth, so you can get away with a little bit more lip movement.
I still really like the picture, though.
It's a good picture, Decker.
It really captured the moment.
Of you crapping yourself while running away from a giant wall of water?
Yes, a giant wall of water coming out of the sky.
I guess it's a Florida thing, but I'm used to it.
Yeah.
I remember having friends.
I had just walked out. It was bright blue sunny day. Like
Florida.
Walking with the dog. Like, okay, here we go. We're gonna go for a little quick walk, and then it's just loudness, and you see it coming towards us. I'm like, fuck, we are going now. Bye.
I remember I was staying at a friend's house, and it was two of my friends. One of them looks like Decker. It's really creepy how weird they look similar. And like a storm was coming, and those two idiots were in jean shorts and topless going, "Bring it!" yelling at the storm. I'm like, don't do that. Get your asses inside the house.
Yeah.
Can you tell I'm usually the smart brain cell in my group of friends sometimes? And I don't know how I got duped into that. Jake Schuster asked a question.
Eventually. I am uploading my backlog to Vimeo at the moment. It's a lot.
Broke my neck. Broke my back. Broke everything. Okay, we got like 17 minutes to 10. We should probably talk about what we're working on.
What are we working on, Decker?
Meth Gator.
Okay, minus that. Gee, Brian, what are we doing tonight?
Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try and make a movie about alligators on meth.
Okay, first off, work on your George Orwell impression. Work on your brain impression. Decker's broken. I broke Decker.
Yeah.
No. I really need to do more video games. I have been doing more video games. Kat and I have played Second Extinction and Sea of Thieves. I did post my video of Valfaris and Nights into Dreams. The Nights into Dreams one did not do as well as the first one of that series I did.
Yeah, because Nights into Dreams is like a very, niche.
Well, I figured after as I posted the first one, when I was like, "Hey, Balan Wonderworld's coming out, and I'm looking forward to it." I posted the second one like, "Balan Wonderworld came out, and I am no longer looking forward to it."
Decker Shadow, the new background is interesting. Like, which background? This one that looks like a pair of boxer shorts, or the ones that Decker has, or his house?
Let me see. Okay.
Projects on. Oh, any other projects you want to talk about, Decker?
I'm homeless now. Happens to the best of us.
I've told you, Decker. You know what they say: money can't buy you happiness.
Yeah, but it can buy you an amazing sci-fi getaway.
I love it. Grinner Games goes, I thought Decker was going to say, I broke my neck, I broke my back, I broke my lady parts, and my back. Which is a thing my friends would say when I was popping my back, like, oh, my neck and back. I'm like, don't you two can finish that sentence.
But, yeah, so still got to get more gaming content out. Maybe I could actually finish Carrion. You know, they took that off of the Xbox console Game Pass, but it's still on PC Game Pass.
I know that there's someone who did Carrion and was doing this cute, hello, I am the little Carrion. I'm here to nom you up. Nom, 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 nom. And it's just like, you see this destruction, they're doing this cute anime voice the whole time. It's fun. And I'm like,
was it the VTuber with the shark girl anime girl?
Alfluffs. Alfluffs. Is
Alfluff?
their name. Their name is Alfluffs on Twitch.
Okay.
She has an owlbear avatar, but her owlbear VTuber avatar wasn't that when she did Carrion. I think she might have done a shark bird. She's known for drawing. I don't know what she was during that time because she changed up the side image a lot depending on season. All of Halloween, it was a sexy plague girl.
Cool. So
the stuff would fall into her giant weird play beaker.
Next week's review is going to be Tremors Shrieker Island.
Finally.
Burt Gummer Day was April 14th.
What's Burt Gummer Day?
It's Burt Gummer Day.
I don't understand. Why is this day important to Burt Gummer?
I have no idea, but it's Burt Gummer. It's April 14th, and I missed it, and I'm sad.
It's okay, Decker. I pat you. Okay, so my projects. I can talk about projects now. So Diva already released her review of Basmati Blues. Yes, the movie is as bad as you think it is. Imagine, you remember what they did with Dragon Ball Evolution? Now imagine instead of anime, it was Bollywood movies.
That actually sounds entertaining.
It's not that good because these people, the people who wrote it, directed everything, were never into Bollywood movies.
Oh, crap.
Yes, that level of bad, Decker.
Oh, boy.
That level.
At first, I thought there was some passion involved, but...
Nope.
Nah.
Nope. Basmati Blues is horrible. Diva's next review will be of South Pacific, the 2001 made-for-TV version for ABC. God help her, because that one's actually considered one of the worst renditions of the famous musical. I'm currently still doing Yakuza 0, and I'm also doing Sea of Thieves, and in my future, a video of me and Decker playing Sea of Thieves together is coming, and I can't wait for people to make fun of how bad we are both at pirates. Spoilers!
I drowned a few times.
You didn't drown at all, Decker. You got attacked by skeletons.
I drowned in my own blood.
You were all the bleeding was internal. That's where the blood's supposed to be, Decker. It's perfectly fine. So
You're having a Mabel moment. He's fine.
yes, I was.
Interesting.
No, but again, Yakuza 0, I've been doing a lot of Yakuza lately. I finally got finished Chapter 4, and I'm finally on Chapter 5. It only took me 8 videos. I think it took me 4 videos to get to the next... That's not thing. Creepy!
Oh, okay, so it's my turn to talk now. Right now, I'm having the challenge of uploading all of my old videos onto Vimeo and to OnlyFans. Yes, I have an OnlyFans now. I'm putting my videos there, too. So... yeah,
the only time I've considered getting an OnlyFans right there. Sorry, Dick. Sorry, creepy. Blah.
Anyway, so that's basically what's going on in my life right now. I'm getting those put back up. I did get a Switch recently, however. It was and I'm hoping to join Decker and Kat. Maybe one day we could do something on Switch together, or maybe we could go back and do something on PS4 together someday.
Ring Fit Adventure.
I don't have that. Well, okay, there's a couple of problems with that, Creepy. First off, recording off of a Switch is a pain in the ass.
That's fair.
I mean, well, it used to be worse with any Nintendo product. Remember, Decker, trying to record off a Wii and or Wii U?
Oh, yeah.
It's better now because HDMI cables is actually a possibility with the Switch. Also, you need to have Nintendo Online.
True.
Which for a whole year, it's like $20 some odd, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you have a family plan, then it's basically, this is what a bunch of my friends have been doing. They have the family plan and they just basically ship in $5 since it's $20 a year. It's just like, okay, here's my $5, here's my $5, and you know.
And up to 8 people can be on one family plan.
So yeah, you could do it
Which
that
is
way.
It's already cheaper than 2 individual accounts.
Mm-hmm.
It's 8.
Yeah. And then again, we'd have to figure out a game that has 3-player that can play online. Although I have heard Mario
EDF
Party.
World Brothers is coming to Switch.
Mario Party also has online capabilities now, which is an announcement Nintendo made. Yeah. Let's see how well our friendship can last after that.
I'm just gonna show my hair care routine.
Decker, it's not actually no. I do know people who would watch that.
I was gonna say people would watch that.
I have been caring for my hair more lately. I've been using a hair dryer to try and reduce the frizz.
Decker!
It has reduced the frizz, but it has also given a lot of volume.
Decker, you don't use hair dryer on hair. It causes it to Question: do you
have? What the hell else do you use a hair dryer on?
Question: is it a hair dryer that doesn't have hot air, but it does have a cool air option?
It has ionized air.
Oh, that doesn't help. Yes, Monster Hunter does have has multiplayer, but I don't. But I have Monster Hunter World, and that's about as much Monster Hunter as I'm going to deal with because I'm kind of sort of.
There is a Ghostbusters game that is a multiplayer game that's available for PS4. I have a copy of it.
That long-haired creepy game. Isn't that like a ton of gamers though?
Yeah. I feel like that descriptive term.
Do you have any idea just how little that narrows it down?
Yeah. Again, when I had to explain who that long-haired creepy guy was, and they're like, his name is that long-haired creepy guy? Yeah, a short normal person was unavailable.
I'm not short. I'm like 6'4".
No, short-haired normal person. Buzz-cut normal person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because there was one of my friends, when I told them what I do with creepy, our thing, they're like, you work for a guy who calls himself that long-haired creepy guy. Yeah, so? You know what I'm working for him with?
And then, like a lot of people ask me why I call myself that, and I was like, I used to work in retail, and there were a lot of weird rumors about me going along. I walked by, I was taking a shortcut back to my station through the fabrics department, and these 2 women who worked in the fitting room saw me go past, and I overheard one of them mutter, "There goes that long-haired creepy guy." So when I was trying to think of a name for myself, I was like, hey, why not?
Yeah, it is. It was funny. It's like, my mom had no issues with me working with... Yes, hello. No, my mom had no issues with me working with you, creepy. That's the weird thing. But all my friends gained concern when they finally heard your handle, and they're like, are you sure you want to be working with this guy? I'm like, did you not hear what I'm going to be doing with this man?
Anyway,
I gotta do more gaming content.
I'm available for Sea of Thieves, and I can summon Cocaine Beard when needed.
What about Dogecoin investment?
Dogecoin investment is not a gaming thing. That would be under just chatting, and you need to be in a hot tub and wearing a bikini sitting on a banana.
And there's
I
also
have an inflatable pool.
In general, no.
You don't want to see Decker in a bikini riding a banana riding one of those banana things?
No, I don't want Decker to try and invest Meth Gator money in whatever latest con he's stumbled across.
At least it ain't Bitcoin.
Well, one Bitcoin costs like $50,000. I can't afford it.
Okay, Dividend 22. So there was this controversy on Twitch about girls in bikinis sitting in the just chatting section, chatting in a hot tub, and there was one infamous one where a girl was driving one of those Right? It's an inflatable banana boat. It's a weird thing that happens here in Florida. It's a very popular thing in Florida.
Are they still? I could probably find them on Twitch right now.
Yeah. Yeah, but she basically was riding one of these inflatable banana things, and traditionally they're pulled by a boat. It's a weird thing you do with tourists. It's a popular thing, and it's weird. It's Florida.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Oh, I just was like, okay, live channels right now, IRL, just chatting. Okay, we've got a hot tub stream.
Is it wrong? I kind of wanted to do a hot tub stream when reality it's just a cup of tea and a teeny tiny little graham cracker sitting in it. You know, like a Teddy Graham just sitting in a cup of tea.
Okay, this one is called Cream Pie Smash.
Oh, that's a fetish. That's a fetish.
I believe she is just... okay, no, there's water in the pool. Okay.
Nevertheless, I'm pretty sure I've heard that statement on a porno site or two, so I would still be suspicious.
No,
okay, she's taking donations to draw things on her body. She's in a bikini.
Okay,
so that's enough of that.
Decker, donate. Make her draw a gator. Advertising.
That's what I'll do. I'll donate to have her draw #Meth Gator on her ass.
Advertising.
Here's something.
There we go. We're reaching out to the youth.
Here's something to really freak everybody out. So donate to have her draw my face somewhere on her body.
I hate it here. You hate it here. We all hate it here. Yeah. Like one of my friends said, if these girls are just going to sit in a bikini, why just not have an OnlyFans? You don't have to do purely sexual shit, but that's OnlyFans department, you know? Mm-hmm. But I do like the idea of now me doing like, welcome to Just Chatting, and it's a cup of tea or a cup of hot cocoa, and you have like a little marshmallow, and you have a little Teddy Graham sitting on top, and you just have the camera on that, and you're just talking off camera. Just like, what? It's a hot tub stream, but it's a cup of hot chocolate. It's not wrong. It's hot. It looks like a tub, and it would be a tub for a Teddy Graham.
Yeah. Dark food. It's not so much they're in a mini pool or hot tub. It's the fact they are getting a free pass for sexual content by Twitch staff.
Well, the problem is it's also like the cosplay streamers. I have no issues with them when they're doing like these really awesome cosplays, but I'm not mad at those who are cosplaying as Lady Dimit. What's the name of the big booby lady?
Lady D.
Thank you. Thank you, Julia Goodwin, for liking my idea of the hot chocolate tub. No, but Lady D and cosplaying as that, and it's just like, I don't care that you're doing something with effort. I don't mind that. But when it's purely like, there was one like a lady in lingerie doing yoga, and I'm like, I know what you're doing. I'm not against what you're doing because you're trying to make that money, but there's a place to make that money, and it's not here.
Yeah.
It'd be like, you know, people selling. I'm trying to think of something like cucumbers, but that's a fruit. I was going to say cucumbers at a fruit stand, but that doesn't work. Cucumbers are a fruit cat. Pumpkins at a fruit stand. There. Ha!
I'm technical.
Pumpkins are gourds.
Yeah.
Which is not a fruit.
Yeah, but there's not a gourd stand.
Exactly.
Unless it's October, in which case there is a gourd stand.
Well, you figure out my analogy, okay?
I've heard that the U is silent.
We've only got like 3 minutes left officially, so.
Twitch with their double standards. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got like less than 2 minutes. So yes.
Meeting.
Still working on a lot of things. Everything's come together. I'm happy with the position, everything in life. I have nothing done on my script, but I am certain I'm going to get it done tomorrow.
Oh yeah. How long did that band last though, Cartoon Man? 2 weeks?
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I was trying not to acknowledge the comment.
Yeah, anyway.
On that bombshell.
Talked to off-the-shelf reviews yet? No, I have not. There was a question before of what's the summer special. Nicolas Cage seems fun.
Question, are you going to do both National Treasures? And if so, do you want me to be there to help out with nerdy stuff?
Nicolas Cage sounds less fun all of a sudden.
I just said nerdy stuff about pointing out how bullshit that the freaking security system was.
I can't do a Resident Evil 8 stream because my fiancé is the one who bought it digitally.
Therefore,
I'd have to take her Xbox.
She would get mad at that.
Yes,
yeah.
You know, touchy the Xbox.
But thank you all for joining us. This lovely, lovely stream of lovely, lovely live and lovely, lovely wireds.
And lovely, lovely
I've
knitting.
been here the whole time this time.
It's a Hanukkah miracle.
Wait, it's not Hanukkah time. Name a holiday that's in this month that I can use for miracle.
Tomorrow is Mother's Day.
Can we not use Mother's Day?
Cinco de Mayo.
That's only celebrated in one city in Mexico, fun fact. I learned that the hard way by getting a very annoyed rant at a Mexican. Yes, that Mexican, Decker.
Anyway. Thank you all for joining. I've been Decker Shadow.
I've been that long-haired creepy guy.
I'm Cat.
And remember...
80s music?
The greatest alarm clock in the world.
Enjoy this white people dancing moment.